because he can't rewind live.
Good, technically.
In Minecraft. At least it's not Harry Potter.
Ah!
What? Why are you screaming? Why are we screaming?
I dropped
We're
the
all screaming.
chocolate. So
Okay.
I've got
I'm gonna turn on my screen tinter so I don't look like a corpse.
It's not Harry Potter.
So I got these
Oh fuck! I forgot to update the fucking title. Whatever.
I got these.
Whatever.
Camping.
Twitch.
It's
I
intense.
bought a bunch of Christmas candy today because I felt like being Christmas. I got these mint truffle kisses, and the bottom fell off. And here's what the inside looks like. Here's a little insider. It's
on
mint.
Facebook.
Anyway,
She bring up some
Very
really
good.
interesting points.
Look at my spot. Oh crap! I played as Donkey Kong.
So what do they think? Can you get Elf on the Shelf for Christmas? The kids think you can't get them for Christmas.
No, but I
Because it leaves on Christmas Eve.
so
But I would think you have to get them from the North Pole, otherwise.
I heard a funny story about Elf on the Shelf.
Okay, tell us the funny story.
So
anyway,
parents' 14-year-old daughter was asking.
let me know when you're live because
Wait, I'm live. I'm live.
Twitch ain't updating.
if it was the parents that were moving the Elf on the Shelf
There it
every
goes.
night.
Which?
And the mom's like,
Alright, I'm just gonna turn TJ.
"Yeah, we
Google-
got something. We got something to tell you about the Elf on the Shelf."
All right.
Like,
I can't hear over TJ talking while I'm trying to get levels here. So here's what I am like. Matt, can you talk?
this is me talking. The Google Hangout looks super choppy, but I don't think there's anything we could do about that.
Matt, you're a lot louder than I am.
Okay.
And you sound really loud in my headphones right now. So
Let me just turn myself down.
I might turn yourself down just a little bit.
Which one's going to which? That's going to the Hangout. Oh, that. How about now?
Let me listen. All right.
There's a thing I forgot to change.
Oh, that sounds perfect. It was like really loud. So I
Yeah.
don't know what it was.
When I like have games going, I have to have the volume really
Got
low
it.
because otherwise everything added together like blows it out.
Well. let's-
So then like I don't know exactly. How it's
You know
working.
what is amazing? TJ's still on mute. Just while TJ's on mute for a second, because it's a cacophony coming from his microphone. He let me unmute TJ. All right, TJ's. Oh wait, no, he muted himself now.
Oh no!
is-
Now he has the power. He's the captain now.
Can I unmute? Anyway, I don't care. TJ's muted himself. No, you know how I like play that game Rising Storm,
Yeah,
the Vietnamese game?
the Nam game.
Well, have you seen anything about their Christmas update?
No, but why would a Vietnamese war game have a Christmas update?
Okay, so it's pretty much the best update ever. Let me just screen share for a second so you can just see this article that I'm reading about it. While we do this, how do I screen share the screen? Can you see the
I
ad
can see
blocker?
my yeah, I guess. Hold on, let me lock it on your fucking shit.
Okay, so this is a toy. It's a Green Army Men toy soldier map.
Oh my god, that's
fucking
awesome.
Amazing. It is super Christmassy, and everyone, you're the green army men and yellow versus the like blue army men. Here,
Army person,
John. We'll just do the terribly slow trailer, but you can get from an idea.
It's a nice
from this.
4 frames per second.
Yeah. But anyway, the idea is that like you are, I think the whole map is like a living room. You're defending like the fireplace or
Yeah, that's really
like
cool.
a little. It's like amazing. Like,
Did you ever
it's
play
like
that
actually,
Army
like-
Men game?
Yeah.
I loved
It's
that.
Yeah. It's well, I mean, this is like still like the mechanics of that hardcore first person shooter, like
Yeah.
with like only iron sights and all this stuff. But like as little green army men, and it's really fun. And your green army men can fall from any distance without taking damage. So you can just people are flying helicopters on the map, and you're just because like little green plastic men, you just drop them, nothing happens. So you can just drop from helicopters anywhere on the battlefield. Like it just is super cool, and it's like ask about the possibility of making this a more permanent part. They said it's heard lots of positive feedback. Yeah. So well, I mean, I think it's a really cool mode that I was like, they should just make a game that is this.
Yeah.
Like so. Anyway.
I mean, that's the kind of thing where the theming can make a huge difference. Just because there's
Yeah.
so many war games, so many first-person shooters. Oh God, you die?
No, damn it! I'm trying to move this so I'm a little bit more centered. There we go. Because I was like way off to one side. So, all right, TJ, you here?
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. Let's let me tune into Twitch here and get some levels. All right. Here's me talking. All right, Matt, go.
Hey, it's your boy Matt. I'm doing some layouts.
All right, TJ.
Screw all y'all.
Not even
Keep
me.
talking.
Oh, okay. Talking.
Sure. Why not? I can't tell if it's good or not.
Hasn't stopped us before.
Yeah. I still feel like you're probably always going to be louder than me, but that's probably better because I'm going to get louder,
Yeah.
because I do.
That's how you
Hey,
do it.
the Christmas episode turned out. I don't know what happened. Like, listening to that on headphones through my other computer, it sounded like fucking shit. I wonder if it's
Really?
because Audacity was, like, pulling... But then, like, if you... I'm assuming you didn't listen to the episode that I put out. Jeez, Matt.
Oh, the episode came out?
Yeah, like last Wednesday. But it sounds fine. Like the second half's louder than the first half,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, it isn't like the first half doesn't sound bad.
Well, the second
So-
half's louder because we're drunker, too.
That's true, but I mean like it doesn't sound at all like buzzy. Like I didn't have to do noise reduction that much. So I don't know what was going on when we were listening to it from the computer.
Yeah.
It was just like
I wonder if
shitty.
you were just like...
I wonder if it
in
was
addition-
actively pulling the mic audio.
Yeah,
while
like if
we
it
were
was doing
listening
live
back.
sound while also
Yeah,
doing
that's
the
probably
fucking
what was doing because
garbage
Anyway,
poo
it
stuff.
sounds just fine.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
think we
listened to
sound
that.
pretty
It
good.
sounded great.
thanks. All right, let's since we're live, it's all being recorded. Let's just give ourselves a moment of 5 seconds of silence so that I can capture a noise profile to remove TJ's
Yeah,
noise.
I was going to say 5 seconds of TJ's hiss.
That should be enough.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
It actually Adobe Audition 3 has like the adaptive noise reduction
yeah, and it's got
is really good.
it's got the kind where you can capture profile too, so that's cool.
Yeah,
That's
you
like
capture like a 3 or 4 second profile, and it just
with
it's
something like a
gone.
hardware hiss like that, it's perfect because it's always going to be the same exact hiss.
Yep.
So you just cap it once, and
It's actually not, and it's not too bad. So I only have to put it on like medium to low
That's good.
reduction, and it
it
so it doesn't like
it doesn't mangle the sound. and
Yeah.
everything.
Yep. So all right, here's John talking again. Matt, go, and then
Hi.
TJ quickly.
I'm still Matt, and I'm still talking.
I've got 2 beverages because I had NyQuil in the morning.
Ooh. John's gonna listen now.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. I don't know how we can make it. I could probably boost my volume a tiny bit. Open sound setting because I lowered it. I might need to. This mic doesn't need to be knocked down quite as much.
Oh, fuck me.
Let's try 90. All right, let me listen. Here's me talking. Matt, can you talk?
Sup? My name's Matt, and I like.
Okay. All right, that sounds better. I upped it about 5%. So, all right. All right. Let's prepare for the episode. Are we all ready to go?
Oh yeah, of course. I
It's been
did
a few
lot.
weeks. I've missed it.
I did a lot
Fucking
of preparing.
What have I done?
I know what I've done. So
Murder most foul.
basically,
Let me just add a fucking
Alright.
drop shadow, because drop shadows make everything better.
Let's just. What other games have I played?
What games have you played? This is our new podcast called Vaguely Talking at Each Other.
yeah. I did. I talked to you
Well,
guys once.
this is the old slow. This is the intro. This is the let's just. This is the outro basically, where we're just like,
Yeah.
hey, what's going on?
Hey.
We're just
Hey,
We're just
TJ, you
chillax.
sound ill. And I
TJ,
noticed that you
why
said
are
you have
sick?
you've had NyQuil today.
Yes.
Therefore, my detective reasoning leads me to
Here.
believe that you are sick.
In a political news, and not really political, but in 2018 is still hell news. Bank calls cops on man because his paycheck was too high. It was the black man.
Oh, okay. So, what was the logic there? Like, it's a stolen paycheck or something?
Let's see here. Vigilant employees of a Cleveland area bank alerted authorities to a black man who suspiciously tried to conduct a financial transaction at the financial institution, causing them to question the motives behind his blatant, I don't know if I can say this word, I guess Negro. It's what the article says. So I'm just going to read it. I'm not comfortable saying it, but it's what the article says. Shenanigans. Reports that Paul McCown's went to a Huntington Bank branch in Brooklyn, Ohio. There you go. There's your problem.
Yep.
Ohio is part of the South now.
Yeah.
His paycheck on Saturday. He presented the tellers with 2 forms of ID and offered his fingerprint, which is required for all non-Huntington customers. So he must not have been a customer at the bank.
You must
he wanted
be
to- but he
one
wanted
of
to
them
cash his-
outsiders.
His paycheck. Looking at his ID and giving him the whatever. Come on.
Is there some editorialized?
It's very editorializing. But here we
I
go.
forgot all the other
This is
shit
good,
I had
though.
written on the bottom of this.
This is good though. He's just kind of going into the 4-step process spelled out in A White Person's Guide to Making Black People Nervous. Is 1, a lengthy stare at a computer screen. 2, call another white person to also stare at the computer screen. Make a phone call and then go in back. This is so they went into the back and called 911 because they were like, "That's insane."
Yeah,
Like-
dude, what the fuck, Ohio?
I'd like to mention that he went through all the... Okay, so the basis of the story is, 1, a black man tried to go into a bank that was not his own bank, but, still allowed to cash a check with the correct forms of ID, which he had. Went through all the steps required by the bank. Not only did they not cash his check, but they also called the police. The police arrived, and he was handcuffed and put in the back of a patrol car. The cops called his employer. The employer then verified the check was correct.
I don't get what crime they thought he was doing. Like a forged check?
My employer said, yes, he works for me, and he earned this, and we do pay him that much.
That's so fucked up.
He went to another bank and cashed the check the following day, he says. I mean, it's just insane. Like, come on. Like, that's kind of one of those things that if you run a bank, it's like this is why we have insurance. Like if this guy is scamming you, if he has 2 forms of ID, does the fingerprint, everything checks out, you have to give him the money. Like, otherwise, why do you have those systems put in place to begin with? Like, if they're not good enough, you need to change them. You can't just deny people because you have a weird teller who has a suspicious feeling about someone, because it's just gonna be
Cindy
racist.
Lauper said it was good enough.
Goonies.
Yeah, Goonies are good enough.
Did you unlock all the characters on Smash?
No, I've not unlocked all the characters in
There's
Smash.
so many.
because I'm enjoying the slow grind actually.
You're enjoying the
I know you
story.
love that slow grind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I also mention to you that Tim Rogers on Kotaku made a video talking about his like roasting the games of 2018. He says that Smash Brothers lies to you for like 13 characters because there aren't any brothers as playable characters until you unlock the 13th character, who's Luigi. So the name is lying. So that was pretty good. I was like, huh. Luigi is my one of my mains. At least it was back when I played Brawl.
One of the
Or
first
Melee.
I still don't have Luigi unlocked. I have probably 30 to 40 something characters unlocked. I don't have Luigi yet. He is the last of the OG Smash 64 characters I don't have.
Luigi is my celebrity crush.
Luigi's my guy in everything except Smash. I can't play
right.
Luigi in Smash.
Let's talk about this on the podcast. Let's not burn podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not burn this gold.
Does everyone have? We have things. to talk
Probably.
about?
Are we going to watch the video?
That we're gonna do that.
Oh, yeah.
Matt wanted to do.
Yes.
So we've got that. I've got stuff to talk about. I'm trying to think
Okay,
about.
so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a rabbit thing, and then we can all watch it together.
Yep. Why can't we just watch it on? Oh, you can't broadcast it to.
I mean, I can.
Oh, but it'll be on delay on Twitch though, won't it? That won't work. How does this work?
I don't know. I don't remember how the internet works.
Is it
You
easier?
had all of this planned out before we started.
Got sleepy. Okay.
God, I typed in. I was gonna go to the Rabbit website and I typed in R and then it went to Reddit r/seduction. So I'm glad that this podcast is ruined by autocomplete. Yeah, it's Rabbit would be the way to watch this.
I will have to watch it independently, but I got it.
Wait, what?
I can't do Rabbit on my computer. I tried it.
Oh,
I'd have to do it on my cell phone, and guess
What's
what I'm
it
using my
called?
cell phone
YouTube
for?
Rewind?
Yeah,
okay.
YouTube
Matt,
Rewind.
you're the one that wanted to do this.
Look. Oh, God. Noise. Okay.
Sorry, Snips.
I accidentally clicked
No.
on a room and it put me in the person watching a music video.
Close enough.
And you know what I love is that Rabbit right now is just mostly people watching movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This has 13 million downvotes.
what does?
The YouTube Rewind.
Of course it does.
Rabbit was how I most recently watched
But
Triple X.
Matt, I have a question about the YouTube Rewind video.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, how are we going to watch this?
See, I don't know. I don't have a plan.
Because I feel like to do this successfully, we would need to have it streamed on Twitch so people can watch along while we comment.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So if it works, I'm going to stream from my end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
And then I just need to remember how to make a rabbit thing. So
Got it. Because I was like, it's got to be displaying.
My
I guess
room.
TJ will have to. We'll have
This
to
is-
watch it
Start.
separately.
We got this.
host an open room.
Oh God.
Oh, God. Okay, let's...
How do I wait? I have my
Nope.
profile I've logged into, so I'm sure you're friends. There's Matt
let me
H.
do that.
Matt has oh Matt, your avatar in Rabbit's good.
Yeah, I forgot I did that.
It's good.
We should
There are a
start
lot
this
of people
episode.
playing. There are a lot of people doing
Okay,
Rabbit.
everybody-
No, we can't start.
Stop
TJ.
playing. Stop.
This is okay. The number one room on Rabbit right now, or not number one, but it says what's hot. Is just it says stream TV and movies live on Hulu, and it's got 65 people watching it. I'm just gonna hop in and see what they're watching. Is it just TV?
Is there not a pause
Yep.
button on this?
It's a person just watching Bob's Burgers. Anyway,
I could try. Oh wait, you know what? I could do Rabbit. I just don't have to talk through Rabbit. It's fine.
yeah.
It's
You just need to
rab.it,
watch-
right?
Rab.it.
Everything is so fucking loud and dumb.
All right, Matt. when
Does
you do the
Rabbit have a pause button? Because I couldn't find it, and it just wouldn't stop
Can you
playing.
girls stop screaming up there?
Yeah, girls.
I can't hear them anyway. But
Oh, never mind. They can't hear you. You're just annoying me.
as
Scream
long as
away.
they're up there. Don't actually scream. All right, Matt, can you open up a rabbit room
Yes.
and then like play just a random video? Okay. All right, I've joined the room.
Take
Oh,
control.
is this
Okay.
the YouTube rewind?
Yes.
Don't! You're spoiling it. Pause it.
Okay, I figured it out.
Yeah, it's literally just an embedded YouTube video.
Yeah, but I had to find the take control button first.
All right, perfect.
Okay, can I hide the dumb chat? Or does that
What
just...
dumb chat?
The rabbit chat.
Oh, well, just make it a private room or something. So no. Oh yeah, I think if you hit,
The arrow doesn't do it.
no, if you hit. Oh wow, the full screen doesn't even get rid of the chat.
Nope.
Oh, don't worry about the chat then. Oh, you may have to like. Can you screen capture just part of the screen?
Yeah, sure.
You can probably crop out the parts of that is chat, but it does not look like you can hide chat. Unless there's a setting somewhere.
Okay.
I'm watching live while you.
This is some live shit.
Hey, it's
All right,
working.
I think
kind
that'll
of.
do it. Okay.
Yeah, I can see the
All
video
right.
behind it, but it's fine.
YouTube. Rewind.
All right, we should probably just do this first
Okay.
because we're on it,
Yeah.
and if it doesn't work out, we can just restart the episode and fix it.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna work. 'Cause
Okay.
I've got your rabbit room. All right, let's do this. I want everyone to comment. I don't know what the audio levels are gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some fancy footwork here.
Yeah.
Here we go. TJ,
Actually, can
are you watching or just on your own?
Yeah. Why don't you play it for a second here, and let me listen to it on Twitch. Yeah, it's rewind time. Great.
Yeah.
We're controlling it.
All right.
I'm talking over Will Smith to see how it sounds.
Oh, he said Fortnite. He said the thing.
All right, I'm going to mention that we're going to stop this video right now because there is zero audio coming onto the stream of the video
Oh, really?
on Twitch. Correct. It was just silent. Okay. And also, it appears that your stream is dead, or did it pause? No. It just paused on my screen. Yeah, so you need to be able to get audio from that. I don't know how. Oh my god, it's weird watching this because I can see your mouse, and then I can see the mouse and the fake rabbit screen too. God, this is cancer. I love that the suggestion for you is PewDiePie's rewind
Haha.
thing. Where is he? I'm sure he's
output capture.
TJ is just having a talk right now off mic. Right, TJ?
No.
Okay, good. Well, it looked like your mouth was moving. I couldn't hear anything, so I was worried.
I ran away and screamed.
Okay.
It's fine.
So how's everybody doing?
Matt, get the YouTube thing working.
I will. I just gotta do some settings.
Because I want to do a stream where we watch YouTube videos.
Audio.
Ah! My face! That's the delay right there. Anyway, I didn't realize how big I have big eyebrows.
No, don't get self-conscious, all right?
No, they're good. Holy shit, man! Your video setup is just a nightmare.
Me?
No, Matt's. I don't even know if he can hear us right now.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. I worried that you broke it.
No, everything's fine.
Do you have an automaton behind you? I see.
Yeah.
Those are fun. I'm glad it's just zoomed in on my face right now.
Okay, I'm gonna play this, and
All right.
let me know if you can hear it on the stream.
Yep.
And playing now.
Quit horsing around!
Play me some of that jumping music.
Okay. You said jumping music?
Jumping music.
Can you pause it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. Cool.
Perfect, and it sounds to be, it's good level as well. It's well below our talking, but you can hear it. So I think we're ready to go. The video is not on screen right now.
It is
Just
now.
letting you-
I've fixed it.
All right. Okay. I'm watching.
YouTube rewind. All right.
All right.
Here we go.
Okay. All right. Bleh.
Are we gonna start at the beginning again? I
Yep.
feel
Let's
like
start
it's
the
important.
episode. Let's start the episode.
Okay.
Welcome to Born in the 80s 336. That's the episode number. I skipped saying the word episode because, we're cool. It's like the end of 2018. We're letting things out.
Yeah,
We're,
they call it the
loosening the belt.
336 now. So
Yeah, so this is the 336. I'm joined by my co-host Matt, you just heard there, and our other co-host. All right, he's dead, so
TJ,
It's okay.
dead
I'm
May.
sorry, I was muted. But it's TJ.
TJ muted himself.
TJ Sick Boy May.
Yes.
He's really good at self-censoring, so
Yes.
that's one thing he's good at. All right, so Matt spent probably 20 minutes fucking around trying to get this set up correctly.
It's
but if you're
YouTube rewind time.
But if you're watching his Twitch stream, you can watch us watch and react to the YouTube Rewind 2018. Everyone controls Rewind. Before we start this, and
Hashtag
you'll be
YouTube
able to-
rewind.
So if you're listening to the podcast via old school methods of just listening, which is how everyone should listen to podcasts, this is just a video. Will be an extra treat.
Yeah,
and I think it'll
go to Matt Haig Music on
Twitch.
Twitch.
Yep.
and
Well, the
there'll be
video
an
is still available.
Yeah.
But it'll be archived on YouTube, so you'll be able to see it there. But I wanted to make some predictions before we start this. I'm going to predict that I already know that I'll know one person in this because
Sir William Smith.
It opens with a person who's very much not a YouTuber, but is apparently featured a lot, which pissed a lot of YouTube people off.
Yeah, I mean,
So
I guess
you're just
he-
gonna put
he-
real celebs in this, I guess now. So it's anyway. But I'm gonna guess I probably don't know anyone in this because if
No.
PewDiePie's not in it, then that's the only big YouTuber.
I think I saw
know.
Ninja while we were testing things out, and that's the only person
I don't know if I
would-
could pick him out of a police
He's
lineup.
got weird blue hair.
There you go.
I think.
He says the N word though, right?
No. Well, maybe PewDiePie.
I think he
PewDiePie
did.
definitely does.
I think he did during a stream. But PewDiePie used the hard R, whereas I think Ninja was regrettably reciting rap song lyrics.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened.
Which is probably the least bad way to say the N word. It's
Yeah.
anyway, cue the video of that
Matt, is
white
your
lady.
Is your rabbit your other username?
I don't know what the username is. It
TJ
just says
still
Matt.
hasn't found his.
Hey,
aren't you friends?
Hi, TJ. You got a friend? How do I?
Yeah. I can't
There we
click
go.
on yours.
I
There we
did. I friended
shit.
you. It's
Oh,
supposed to be a
shitballs.
public room.
1 second.
What is
I have to-
happening?
I'm ready.
Weird.
I gotta write.
We are entertaining the folks.
I gotta write my notes down. For this episode, and I just realized my notepad is gone because
Yeah.
we recorded the Christmas episode. So
Yeah.
this is 3.
While you're at it,
6.
you could put a pop filter on that microphone too.
Yeah, I probably should actually. Actually, I could probably just move it slightly further away from my face.
What's those plosives?
Yeah. Anyway, I need to get a pop filter, but the problem is that the pop filter I have, I don't know if would fit on this. I need to get one of those things that you have. The little-
Yeah.
Because the ones that I have don't fit over this one. So I guess I could cut it in half and then weirdly fold it over the top of this.
Oh, just like one of the foam windscreens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was gonna say he did the cue the white lady joining Kendrick Lamar on stage and rapping his lyrics with the full N words in there, and then him stopping the concert and saying you can't do that.
No,
which is pretty amazing. So I'm gonna cut that in right now. because I just it's too amazing. You got to listen to that because it is ultra cringe. But TJ,
And-
are you alive and able to watch this live?
Yeah, he's in the room.
And I saw a screen for half a second. So
All
I
right.
guess no, I just have to go to YouTube and do it instead.
Oh
Wait,
no.
what? It just didn't work?
Okay, we'll sync
Didn't
our
work.
playbacks. Let me know when you're ready.
All right, we're gonna start this. That means we can't pause it.
Oh, we can pause it. Just
No, well, all right.
Ju-
We'll get
just-
immediately
I'll hear you
unsynced.
click.
I don't think we're gonna want to elongate this any long. It's already
It
8
is-
minutes long.
I cannot believe that this is 8 minutes
It
long.
is 8
and that
minutes
We're gonna
long.
waste 8 minutes of people's lives, us reacting
Yes.
to this. But at least they'll
Yeah,
be able to
that's
hear
what
it.
this is. Born in the 80s reacts. Audio only
Wait,
edition.
We're gonna get fined by the Fine Brothers.
Oh no!
We can't do that. They're
Cease
gonna
and
like
desist.
sue us for using their solely created.
Yes. They
reacts.
invented the concept of reactions. TJ, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, and then go.
Let's jam.
So
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
click on go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, it's working for me, so it's good. I'm just gonna verify that Twitch audio is working too.
Yeah, it's rewind.
Hey,
time.
it's rewind
Yeah,
time,
I
you guys.
control Rewind. I would want
Yeah,
Fortnite and Marquez Brown.
definitely. It worked. Technology. So what YouTuber is this?
Will Smith.
Is this what you wanted?
You know
Will
who
I
I
Am
would've
Smith?
asked for?
Quit horsing around.
I think
I don't
that's
know who that
Ninja.
is.
Play me some of that jumping music. Okay,
Oh, okay.
you said jumping.
Oh, it's
music?
Fortnite. They're on a bus in the sky.
What's Fortnite? I've never heard of it.
Neither have I.
Yeah.
So they're jumping off the
Cool.
bus. Wow. They really just went all in. This is like
Was
a
this
nightmare
sponsored by
hellscape.
Fortnite? Is this
I
trying to
mean-
tell us that Will Smith is gonna star in a Fortnite movie?
I don't know who
Probably.
any of these people are. These are clearly foreign people.
I guess like turquoise hair is the color of I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
So guys,
So
Also,
I guess I'll
apparently,
invest in turquoise stuff.
we control.
wait, it's the Legend 22 meme
Yeah,
video
we can do whatever.
where they're around a fire.
I don't know what
your
that
Legend
is.
27 meme. There's like an online
There's
video
one
game
thing
ad.
this video needs.
Oh, Casey Neistat,
Oh.
who's like 45 compared to all these
Yeah,
15-year-olds.
I'm up to 3.
I know 2 people. We got some K-pop happening now.
Yeah.
Is that Psy?
Size with the glasses. Yep.
It's him? We
that
got
is Psy.
Finn.
Yep.
I didn't know Psy was still a thing.
It is. It is in Korea. Oh, look at this. Oh. Bongo Cat.
Love Bongo.
Oh,
Is
cool.
getting married to a person.
More cyan. Could we do an
Oh,
experiment?
that's.
Who
I think
are
I've seen
any
that
of these
guy.
people?
Melting lipsticks.
This is. What is the point of this?
Oh, we should
Mukbang?
get some mukbang.
Oh, we got mukbang reference.
Oh man.
Gallop, what do you want?
Who the fuck is that?
This is like.
What is happening?
I would like to mention that this is like basically a video you would see playing in the background of a movie of like fake television shows.
How about
That's what it really feels like. Yodeling Kid for half a second.
The fuck is yodeling kid?
Marshmallow for half a
Don't
second.
you forget that Yodeling Kid from Walmart?
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Psy looks like he's 75. What happened?
Probably cocaine. This is like
Guys, let's do the In My Feelings challenge.
this is like what you do to show to a boardroom full of
That's odd
old
one.
people.
That's odd one's out. Is that animated left guy?
Oh, it's
Do you think Pink Sparkles
Drake
is gonna be
song.
in this?
Remember when Drake is the worst?
Oh,
somebody-
flossing. The guy from
was-
The Daily Show did a floss.
Oh, a couple of them.
Hey, did
I
you
like-
hear the
I like-
floss kid is suing Fortnite?
So I'd like to mention that
So is
Yeah, Carlton. Oh, the cute spider. I like the cute spider.
The In My Feelings challenge, I believe, was when you videotape yourself walking outside of a car while it's moving, and they did not do that because I'm sure they were like, well, we can't like encourage people to.
I saw that happen.
Yeah. I would like to mention that Markiplier looks like a cartoon like villain.
Which one's
He looks
Markiplier?
I want to also mention Markiplier deserves an award for most YouTube face in all of his thumbnails. It is insane.
Is he
It
the
is
one with
so
the beard?
awful.
I want to see all of you
No.
do your own kind of beautiful.
और वो लोग जिन्होंने एजुकेशन के फील्ड के लिए पैसा जुटाया है.
Can we
Is that
also give a
Markiplier?
moment to Asian
Yep, that's him.
representation
Is
in
that
entertainment
Lady
this year?
Markiplier?
Major
Yep.
strides were made.
And to the people who put aside their differences.
I know Markiplier from the E meme.
Here's to all women in 2018.
That's
Oh,
how
is
I
this
know
the
him.
part where they're like, we're YouTube and we're making the world a better place?
Remember when Markiplier got famous for yelling at Five Nights at Freddy's? Because that's what happens.
Yeah, but no, now he's changing the world.
I want to mention if your Make-A-Wish is to meet Markiplier, you gotta aim higher.
Yeah.
You deserve to die.
Personally, I'm glad you're dying. I was afraid to go there, and then I'm glad that you went there right as I was going there. Oh, that's Simone.
Simone.
Yeah,
Gertz.
she's pretty awesome, though.
She is awesome. And she had cancer.
Yeah. That's
Well,
fucking crazy.
Non-malignant cancer, but a
But
tumor.
still, it was in her fucking brain.
Yeah, so. But that's pretty good. Oh, they made fun of the comments in the video. Like,
Oh, isn't it funny how our community is completely toxic and terrible?
you know what? Those comments lacked a lot of Nazi stuff in it,
Yeah.
so it doesn't feel like it's accurate. Hey, it's that rap video.
Yeah, it's Minecraft.
This is like so. What is the point of this? It's just like these are things that happened in 2018.
Yeah. I think they just had to like spend a bunch of money for tax reasons.
But like this is like things that happened in 2018, but these aren't actual videos that we're showing.
No,
we're showing
it's
reenactments
Yeah.
with YouTubers.
It's just like, hey, remember these other things that are on YouTube sometimes?
ASMR is like a 2016 thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Fortnite?
Oh wow, what's that? I've never heard of that. Oh, Fortnite dances.
Oh.
They invented all of those dances, and they didn't totally steal them from a bunch of black creators or anything.
Look, nobody's ever stolen anything from black creators, John. Come on.
It's true. It's never happened.
Definitely not most of culture.
I thought we already did K-pop.
Baby
I feel like
shark.
this entire video is K-pop.
Shark.
I don't know what that is. I don't have children, so.
I don't know either.
I
though.
feel
Matt
like,
does, apparently.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe like behind the scenes, YouTubers a lot more popular in Korea than it is in the United States or something, so they feel like they have to cater to that audience.
Like, also, it's very clear that... Was that it? The whole thing?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the primitive guy at the end. Making a...
Swoo's yelling over from his animations, not from his actual face.
I would like to mention, I watched an extremely hilarious parody video of the primitive technology guy. I can't remember, it was Gus Johnson did it, where he's just like, just outside smashing bricks together, and he's like wearing like tight underwear, and is just like not making anything. It's hilarious. Cause yeah, wow. So this is apparently everybody.
No
I only
hydraulic
moved,
press
like,
channel.
6 of these people so far.
Fucking
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, okay. I will say the problem I think that I have with YouTube Rewind, on top of it being just like horrible, is that it is way too international.
Oh,
Because,
you hate international things, huh, John?
yeah, exactly. No,
You and
it's-
JonTron.
It's that I get lumped in with him a lot, I guess. Yeah. But, I hate the not that I hate it. I'm just saying it seems weird. Like what?
It's just that you
Don't!
wish.
Oh my God! Please stop. We're not watching this PewDiePie video. All right.
Year review.
Oh God!
I told you to stop it, and you didn't.
I stopped it, but I
Alright.
didn't pause.
So,
So does
No,
everybody want to die now?
so the international aspect of it is just like, what you're going to do is basically make it so everyone that watches the video will know about 25% of the people in the video. Because I feel like a lot of YouTube communities are very much language and country specific.
Well,
So
and interest based. Like, there's a ton of like really niche stuff that's just doesn't have any crossover.
Like YouTube Korea Rewind. I mean, it's cool to show how much international like YouTube is, but also like when you make an 8-minute video, also that video had nothing. There was no plot. It was just like, here's a bunch of people
Will
dancing.
Smith in it?
He was like, that's cool. I'm famous. It's because he's trying to make himself a YouTube celebrity. Like, he's doing a lot of YouTube stuff now.
I'd imagine Willow has a better chance than he does, but
she does whip her hair back and forth.
Yeah.
And
So,
Jaden already conquered Twitter, so
I'd like to mention that has ruined the entire night for me. That video. Like, I don't know how we continue with the show now.
Do you want to watch it again?
No, please no. It was pretty much just like active, just like it felt like a bunch of noise.
Yeah,
and colors.
I felt lost, and I think it's because this is YouTube Rewind 2018, and I didn't see YouTube Rewinds 1 through 2017.
That's true. The previous 2017 episodes would have brought a lot of context to this.
Yeah.
I would like to mention that a couple things is that, one, this is probably just us being old people, and this is probably what our grandparents think about us watching. Like,
it's the children who are wrong, John.
Okay. Or it could just be that this was a bunch of like cash-in referencing garbage that was just trying to make a bunch of cultural cachet off of previously like niche memes or things made by content creators, and then just kind of like isn't this cool? We're profiting off of this.
It's just MIGA, guys. Just MIGA.
What is that?
Make YouTube great again.
Oh.
Unfortunately, with this video though, it was content ID'd, so YouTube is not able to monetize it.
No, what this felt like to me was they just ran a data report, picked out the top performing shit of the year, and then like just emailed everyone and said, "Hey, come do a thing." And it was written by somebody who wears a suit to work. And is, probably a fancy hoodie that costs more than my car, and doesn't have any idea what's good.
I think the biggest part about YouTube Rewind 2018 is basically showing that they are done with video games. Like,
no, but Fortnite.
Video games are not. The Fortnite thing is forced, because when I think of Ninja, I think of Twitch. You know, when I think of Fortnite, I think of people streaming on Twitch. And when you don't have PewDiePie, who's like the biggest channel on YouTube who does video game stuff, I mean, yes, because he got in trouble for continually being caught in racist things, like when he, I remember I mean, I'm going to give PewDiePie a little bit of credit because he is so... When you have 74 million followers and someone posts something and you give them a shout out, and it turns out that they're like a Nazi channel, it's like, how do you police 74 million? Like, it's like, obviously, there's no way he did that on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, knowing like the stuff that he does, it's just, he needs to get like a team, but he kind of does it all himself, you know? So it's like, there's no team of PR people weeding through all of this stuff, you know? Because it's,
I'm sure
but anyway,
a team, just not PR.
But he does Twitch now, though. You know what I mean? Like, he still streams on YouTube, but like he's still, you know, like gaming is now Twitch. It's over because YouTube is not friendly for people that want to stream video games because of content claims, content ID with music on Twitch. That just doesn't happen as much. Like, there's still copyright stuff on VODs though, and that's the thing is like you're watching it on Twitch Live, you know, that's kind of how it's meant to be. So yeah, VODs will get, you know, whatever destroyed, or what usually happens is VODs will get just put on YouTube and then they'll get demonetized, and then the Twitch people won't give a shit because they're like, well, it got demonetized because there was
that's
copyright
gonna
content in
change
that.
though, because The only reason that's the way it is now on Twitch is because they don't have the resources to scan all live streams in real time and check for copyright shit.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to get to the point where it like notices you have something in the background and mutes your stream and gives you a pop-up that says
Well, that's
turn
okay.
that
The
off.
EU is going to pass laws that make it impossible to do any sort of online content. So,
Oh, that's nice.
Don't worry about it. I mean, have you seen anything about the online?
What's
EU?
up with these Europeans and their union? All I know is the British keep trying to get out of it, and then they don't. So, I basically know a lot about the European place.
The European place.
So it's the copyright directive the EU wants to take forward next year. Holy shit! This Forbes website just give me that Microsoft AI full page ad that took like
news
way
websites
too
are
long
the
to load.
fucking worst.
Anyway, I have ad block on as well, but it's not working on Forbes. Anyway, so yeah, it's the EU Content Directive Articles 11 and 13, which is basically going to. Let me get into the. What should you know? One hand is Article 13 is an upload filter, which forces platforms to monitor content uploaded and delete it if copyright violations detected.
Okay.
So it is not a reactive thing, but they're supposed to be policing things themselves. And not
so right
forcing
off the bat, that's going to completely eliminate smaller startups, and you're only going to be able to exist if you have like Google resources to do that kind of shit.
Yep.
Cool.
And also it means that users will basically have their content deleted without being warned ahead of time. Just
That's
saying
fun.
like, hey, we're just going to remove it for you, and you can't really argue with it.
Memes are dead.
But it will also say, apparently there was a lot of hubbub about this, and the amendments were made, and upload filter was removed as a thing. So it's like very clear, like they had no clue how big of a deal this would be. They're like, this is going to ruin the internet, and they're like, oh well, let's change it to say that content platforms now have to have fair and appropriate licensing agreements with rights holders, which is basically what YouTube has now with the Content ID system. So it's fine. What was the other article? Directive negative small platforms. Oh yeah, and that's basically saying all platforms have to do this. So like small content sharing websites, what can you do? Like, like what are you going to be able to do? Because you're going to have to be forced to police all this stuff. You'll be against EU law, and then they can fine you. So it's just a nightmare mess. And then Article 11 is called the link tax, which allows media to charge aggregators and social networks for linking news articles onto their pages.
That's fun. And definitely not stupid.
Correct. It's just kind of a nightmare. This article is very poorly written to describe what it is, because I still don't understand, other than it's horribly destroyed.
Yeah.
Like horribly just uninformed. Here's a Gizmodo article. Thank you. Can you write this in fucking plain text what this is? Also, is Tumblr's porn gone now? Right? That
Yes,
was
it's
yesterday,
gone.
right?
It's gone.
So there's no reason to go on Tumblr anymore.
I will remember you.
YouTube, Reddit, and Twitch now have gone out against the copyright directive. Look, give me like an argument of how this would break things, please. That's it. I guess the issue is that it's incredibly vague. Just saying everyone has to have content ID, like YouTube does.
That's fun.
Which is just not possible to do.
Yeah.
Like, on any sort of scale. Yeah, Reddit's against it too. I mean, the idea is that, like, basically on Reddit, it's like, hey, if you post a clip from a copyrighted work, it can be removed. Like on YouTube. You know what I mean? Or you can be, like, your account can be struck for sharing copyrighted content. But, like, so it's like the idea is, like, it could be, here's a clip from a movie. Oh, the movie company's like, no, you can't share a clip of the movie on Reddit. Like a 10-second clip as like a meme. It's just going to ruin...
That's pretty cool.
Basically, it's the death of memes.
Yep.
is the idea. I mean, YouTube's already kind of working on that because, you'll watch meme videos that'll have, cropping or content aware filters or color saturation changes on videos just so that they can not get flagged. Yeah,
Then the 4-second GIF is going to go away.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite fads, I'm using fad instead of meme because this is YTMND talking again.
Okay.
Was it was from Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
It was the scene where I think the 3 main characters are like looking up at the speaker as the new headmaster is giving the very, very draconian strict rules, and it's just whatever thing they wanted to have going on over there, usually over a bad speaker. There was the Hardee's Tender Crisp Bacon Cheddar Ranch song over the speaker. But yeah, it's just death of those.
Yeah, I would like to mention that also the YouTube Rewind was like a mashup of all these different content creators and video and audio, and I was like, yeah, this is the exact opposite of the way YouTube works, though. Like, this is a video in which gets a copyright strike on it because like they're all these different creators and their content are all in one video. Like, how do you monetize that? There's no way to do that on YouTube. Like, it's just, I don't know. YouTube's broken, but it's number 1, so. By
it's number 1 in our hearts.
Yeah, so awesome.
Ooh,
thanks, Matt.
I have some anime news.
Oh, I have some anime news too. I watched a new anime, but you give me your news first.
Yeah, it's not a big news. It's just I'm very sad about when it's going to start.
What?
So I've been getting, I was getting into My Hero Academia pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Season 4 is not
Boku no Hero Academia.
If you're annoying.
If you're accurate.
No, 'cause even in Japanese, they have the English words My Hero Academia on the logo.
Yeah.
So,
Boku no Hero Academia.
So, season 4 is not going to start in the spring anime season. In fact, it's not going to start until the winter anime season, October 2019.
Was that?
Oh, my daughter just said no in the background. I don't know why, but it's just when it's broadcast premiering.
Sorry, when is it premiering?
October of 2019.
I'm sorry. I just got an important email in my inbox saying from Russell Stover Chocolates saying your application for employment has been received for second shift packer.
Ooh, you're gonna be a second shift packer?
Dear Jamie.
Oh,
so
I'm responding to Jamie now.
I'm responding to this email. Dear Russell Stover, I like your chocolates. They are good. Unfortunately, how do you? Okay, do you know how Gmail works? Because it auto suggests.
I don't know how anything on the internet works.
It auto suggests a word.
Other than I have a good news. We got the chat box working in this new video overlay, which I know everybody that was listening at home was worried about.
Okay.
Yes.
So Gmail has this awesome predictive text thing now where it can like predict the word that you're going to type. Except for that when I'm typing it out, it's finishing my word for me. And when I hit spacebar, which is what you would think to insert the word, it just skips space.
No, you have to do it like you did in Microsoft Word, just hit enter.
It doesn't work either.
What about tab?
Tab works. There it is. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Weird, I know. It works much better on the phone. Unfortunately, I am not Jamie, but I appreciate the email. Anyhow, how are you?
Oh, that reminds me. I need to respond to a phone call today.
Oh, do you want to do it on the air, just like John?
Okay, so there it is. Dear Russell Stover, I like your chocolates. They're good. Unfortunately, I am not Jamie, but I appreciate the email anyhow. How are you doing? John Rowe.
I'd have to grab another phone to call my phone, let it go to voicemail, hit pound, and then listen to the voicemail that way. But I got a phone call today from a DJ service talking about finalizing the contract and getting my deposit in. I think he's got the wrong number.
Unless if you got blackout drunk and hired a DJ, which I have done. But we don't need to talk about
I get that.
I'm gonna. Oh, may I already permitted John's
Yeah.
swear us in the chat.
Thank you. It's not
How come
swears.
he's not an admin yet? Did I make him an admin?
I think I was an admin, but let's not worry about
that's
being an admin. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about
okay.
Fortnite, you guys.
Can we talk
Fortnite
about,
and Will Smith?
Can we talk about Boku no Hero Academy yet? When is it coming back, TJ?
October of 2019.
That's a long time from now.
That's a long time.
That's
that
like
ended in October.
That's like the end of this year. That's not happened yet.
That reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan, TJ, because I watched the first season of Attack on Titan in like 2014, and then season 2 was 2017. It was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
It's not even been dubbed yet.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't wait for dubs because I'm not a scrub, so.
Yeah, but...
dubs are for scrubs.
Yeah.
Except for when I argue about... Oh, my God. All right, let's get into some more anime news. So remember when I lost my mind about how amazing it was that Neon Genesis Evangelion was coming to Netflix?
Yes.
It turns out that Neon Genesis Evangelion Netflix is possibly going to have a redub done.
Yes, that's what I heard.
Which is a nightmare.
I don't know if I'm excited for that or not.
Because okay, I think let's take the range of takes on this. Okay, number one take I saw when I posted, because I posted about this on Google, and actually if you like search an Evangelion Netflix redub, I think the quarter-to-3.com forum post I put where I ranted about this is like in the top 10 of YouTube links. But a lot of things were like, okay, here's one. Oh yeah, the dub was bad anyway, so it's fine. Okay. I will admit that there are definitely bad voice acting moments in that dub.
In an anime?
And you can watch, and especially an anime that was dubbed in the 90s.
Yeah.
And you can watch that, and you can actually see like there were translation problems that can change the dynamics of a scene and whatnot. I mean, like you can go on YouTube.com, which we watched the rewind of, and watch various weebs. I'm counting myself as one as well, so I'm not using it derogatory. Fellow weebs will point out all of the horrible translation issues, which are not as horrible as their titles and their videos have you to click on them to watch them would make you think, but they are definitely some weird changes that were made, part of probably the translation that was given to the original voice acting, because this was done by ADV, which was like a huge dubbing house back in the day, but huge for anime back in the day, was not very big, and it was kind of the early days of VHS and DVD selling of anime and dubbing, so it was kind of difficult, and a lot of stuff that was done was going straight to DVD. You know, there weren't streaming services, there weren't like being aired on television channels in the US, like, so there really wasn't like a lot of feedback immediate that could be fixing. You know what I mean? Like if they had an issue and it was airing live and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, well, let's fix that episode before the next one airs because we fucked something up, you know? Like, so I understand. Okay, like, fine. Like, that's a problem. But also, why redub something that you already have? Second take. You could watch it, you know, with the original cast, the Japanese one. TJ, what do you think about when somebody tells you to watch the Japanese version of something and not the dub?
Like, yeah, I get it, and I could do it.
Yep.
But sometimes I just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
I don't feel offended anymore. I mean, I used to have that kind of. I watched the Japanese version and just felt, what's the word? Smug? Smug's the word.
So,
I don't care.
Yeah,
sounds like a lot of reading.
Yeah, and I actually like watching subs just because I have this impatience of waiting for a dub, and I tend to not like animation dub voice actors as much. Depends. Some of them are good. Like the Hero Academy one's actually pretty good. But there's some, like the Naruto one is so fucking god awful that it pains me that it exists. So like I think that's really turned me off of dubs for a while. Because the Japanese Naruto dub voice actors are so good. But anyway, I do get that though, TJ, because it is a little bit of a snobbish elitist argument that's being made, and I think that people like to complain about this dub a lot more than the people than it deserves, because a lot of people are saying, well, I watched this in Japanese, and okay, I would like to posit to 90% of the people that said they watched this originally in Japanese, they watched it illegally, because this was only available in the US in English. There was not you can get subtitled anime back in the 90s. So if you watched this originally in Japanese, you probably watched a ripped version on a computer. Fair enough. But I'm just saying, in terms of it does feel elitist to me, because that's it. But my biggest argument with this is the redubbing anime is a trash practice that should not be done, because you're removing a historical take on that anime, and it's not the original. And what I compare it to was not a perfect comparison, but what I like to compare it to is with what happened with Star Wars. George Lucas decided he needed to make his original trilogy movies better by adding a bunch of CG in them, because they weren't shot good enough and he wasn't able to do all the things he wanted to do originally. And so he thought, okay, the original version I made was bad. Let's make it better, or I can make it better, so let's fuck with it. Now, that would be more like if they changed the original cast and whatnot and did that. But to me, the English dub is what I grew up watching. Just like how I grew up watching the original Star Wars movies that were on VHS that we had. Like, and so changing that completely changes like my experience. And I want to have, when you bring a show back that has not had a purchasable DVD version, I think 2004 was the last release. It's been 14 years since this was in print. To not have that 14-year-old dub is insane to me, because that's something that was like the massive experience for most fans. When you bring it back, redubbing is terrible, because it's removing any historical record of the original voice actor's work. Like, they put work into this. Like, and if they want to redub it, make an alternate dub track.
Yeah, just make it have like multiple audio tracks.
It's the same argument I have with the original trilogy with Star Wars. Is just make those available, and then people won't be mad. It's like, okay, we got the new ones, we got the old ones. Fine. Like, I'm happy. I would not be mad if you could watch the original dub somewhere, but the only way to watch the original dub is a DVD box set that costs $400 because it's been out of print for, 14 years. Or you could get it illegally. Yeah. And now when Netflix brings it back, it brings up a weird argument of like, well, I'm going to illegally download this because I can't watch the dub that I want to watch because you've replaced it with wrong sounding, Evangelion characters. Now, a couple other things here. Options. They could bring the cast in and have them redo their voices. This was done, so Evangelion has movies that have come out in the last 5 or 6 years, called the Evangelion Rebuild, and it's like a whole new movie series. It's like got some plot change stuff, but most of it's the same. They brought back 90% of the original voice cast. Like all the main characters, basically, except for Gendo, who I don't think is dead, but he's one of the best voices in the original cast, Gendo Ikari, and he hasn't done any of the redubs, so it's kind of annoying that he's gone. He's also not in the director's cuts of the final 4 episodes, and so it's weird to have voices change, but it's kind of just the way it is. But that's fine. And it's a different series entirely. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can watch the movies, but it's great that they got the original cast back. From the tweets that I've been reading from the original voice cast's Twitter, they're like, we weren't even contacted about this redub, which is insane to me. If you have these people that are actively recording,
they're still doing stuff
for the show, like the movie versions, like, and they're like, why are you not bringing this back? And it was funny because the guy who does the voice of Shinji, the main character, tweeted cryptically, going to an audition for a role I've been doing for 20 years. Which is like, oh, that sounds fun. And it's funny too because they were all complaining about it, and so I think that they're probably going to redub with the voice actors that are doing the movies right now, which would make the most sense because it'd be weird to have a different voice cast of these movies that are actively being released, and the fourth one isn't out yet in English yet, but presumably Funimation owns the rights to that, not Netflix, so they're going to continue having the same voice actors. So it would be weird to have two different voice casts for an Evangelion thing. So I have a feeling they'll probably redub it with it. That is less horrible to me, but still, I kind of want to have the historical preservation of this original thing because you can't fucking get it anywhere. It's like, it's impossible to find. And Netflix has done this with a couple other animes, actually. I didn't realize that I guess Battle Angel Alita had a redub, which is kind of bad. And it's just like, this is just, why? Just make a new dub track. And, Anyway, it's like a part of anime history because Evangelion is so seminal in anime because like you can track like pre-Evangelion anime versus post-Evangelion anime. I mean, it changed anime. Anime was kid stuff, and then all of a sudden it became like, oh, this is like a huge, deep fandom of not just robots, but also like psychological drama and horror. That became like we can like do kind of adult themes in anime, and like it's not porn because that existed pre-Evangelion. But like, I don't know, it's crazy that they would redub it. The other option they would have is do a redub but have the original voice tracks available, because you can do 10 language tracks in Netflix. Or just put out DVDs with the original tracks, and I wouldn't care because there are examples of this being done correctly. They redubbed all of Dragon Ball Z, but they called it Dragon Ball Z Kai, and it's a completely different series. So you can watch that, or you can go on Funimation.com and stream the originals. They have them. So it's like, just give me access to the original, and I don't give a shit if you want to redub it. But like, I don't want to keep watching my shitty DVD copies that I've ripped to my computer because A, the film transfer is dog shit and there's a lot of screen juddering happening in all of it. And 2, the audio quality isn't great. So I want like an up-mastered version of what I have, but they're not. It sounds like that's not what they're doing. But again, this is all speculation because there hasn't been any real news about it other than the voice actors complaining about how they think it's going to be a redub. So anyway, it's bad. Redubbing End of Evangelion might be good too because that's way worse than the series. The dub has audio quality issues. Anyway, that's my rant.
That's a good rant.
I
really got
I know
going there for a while.
It's like a Dennis Miller.
Yeah.
Like I think 20% of the audience or 10% of the audience will know, but they'll understand.
But they'll really love it.
And I'm not denigrating the argument of, hey, you can watch it in Japanese. That was the way it was originally intended. You're right. But like, in 1996 when this came out, but I didn't watch it in 96. In 1998, when Little John, how old was I in 1998? 13-year-old John, who was like the same age as the main characters, got these VHS copies from my anime cousin, and watched the show. I was blown away and fucking wore the VHS copies that I had of that thin with rewatching. And that's like what I have memorized. This is similar to Ewan from the While Away podcast did a video on the redub that was done of Kiki's Delivery Service for the Blu-rays, where they removed a bunch of Phil Hartman's ad-lib lines that were done, which is really bad because I think he did a great job. And he did change some of the content, added lines where there weren't any, but also it's kind of like he's gone. Like that was good work that this comedian did, and it's gone. It's erased. And then they changed some music, and there's a really regrettable theme song that they added that Ewan talks in his. You should watch the video; it's really good. But it's like they changed it slightly, and it's like you can't do that with something. That's what George Lucas did. He's like, oh, remember that thing you loved as a kid? I'm gonna shine it up a little bit, and it's gonna look pretty much the same, but it'll be just different enough that it's like a weird clone has replaced your child.
Yeah,
and it looks
and
like
it'll be
99.
like technology that looks really good right now, but in a couple of years it's gonna look like trash.
Yeah. Anyway. So we'll see. There isn't a lot of real news about this right now. So I just was funny that they put that trailer out, and I was like so pumped, and I was like, oh, they're gonna fuck with this. Like, you don't need to fuck with this. What you need is to remaster it from the original like tapes that they had on TV Tokyo and make it look good. And that's all we need.
It's just weird. Like, I wonder what would cause them to make that decision. Is it like a weird contract thing with the original recordings? Or?
It isn't because well, okay, I don't know this for a fact, but what I do know is that ADV doesn't exist anymore, and the rights for all of the content that ADV worked on went back to the original license holder, which would be the creators of Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is Gainax Incorporated, which is the company that made the Japanese version. So presumably when ADV went away, the rights to that dub went with it back to the original creator because no one claimed them. Because, you know, Funimation didn't buy the rights for the English dub. So that's what happens, basically. Since no one claimed it, it just went back. Which would mean probably likely if Netflix were to use the redub, if they had original residual agreements and payment agreements, those would probably have to be held onto, you know, so they'd have to pay the original voice actors again to use their dub, which may be part of the reason why they don't want to do that.
Maybe Netflix is just like, we already have these actors on retainer for other projects, so we can pay them nothing.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that could be it, and that's a really shitty way to do something. And it wouldn't matter if it wasn't like Evangelion, which is like the huge anime which has not been available stateside in, you know, over a decade. So it's kind of like this huge thing that they're like, we're going to fuck with this. And it's like, if there's one thing you shouldn't fuck with, it's this. And I was like, all right, here's the solution. Call it Evangelion EX, and I don't give a shit. And then re-release the original somewhere, and I'll be happier. But like, you can't call it the same thing again if you're going to change the voice track. They shouldn't do that. It's just bullshit.
Let's just re-record it with our voices.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very much a media preservation crazy person.
You do hoard media. Like
I don't. Someone has to keep this stuff alive. Like if it's gone, it's gone.
I have the best story about that. I bought a VHS player, VCR they used to call them, at the Goodwill, and inside was a tape, and on that tape was Old Yeller taped off of TV in 1995 with some commercials intact. Yep, the first commercial break was all there, and then the other ones were cut out. So that means that somebody was just like sitting in front of their VCR recording Old Yeller in 1995.
I love that shit. Like, you can know that someone was literally recording it, and then when commercials came on, they're like, all right, get up there, hit pause, and, you know, and they're recording, and then when they come back, hit play. So
since I got it from Goodwill, I figure there's a good chance that this is like the last digital imprint of this person's life that exists in this world.
Very possible.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that you have that like
it's like you
that
existed
dubbing work that was
and
done.
You recorded Old Yeller. And then so I watched like maybe half of the movie or something. I shut it off, and I was gonna come back and watch it later. But then, like, as soon as I turned it off, I was like, "Oh shit! I just remembered how this movie ends. I don't know if I want to come back to this."
Yeah, it's not good. I need to go back. I have a lot of VHS tapes I got from my parents. There's some crazy shit I ripped on my Plex server that I got from VHS tapes. I got let me go through this right now because I think it's really interesting. So, yeah, you go. I'm loading up my Plex server.
I also, like, before this, I had another... I need a couple of blank VHS tapes because I want to record some digital video for music stuff and then degrade it with VHS and make it look all funky and distorted and shit. So I was like, I don't want to buy VHS tapes. So I was looking around at my parents' house one day, and I grabbed a couple of tapes that I thought were probably blank because they weren't labeled. I put one of them in, Princess Diana's funeral.
Oh my god, you have to rip that.
It's weird. It's weird. The past is a weird place.
It's pretty crazy. So let me look at it. It would be under probably TV shows. I'm trying to think of how this would get classified on here. movies probably. Oh my god. So okay, yeah. So I've got the 1979 Hanna-Barbera cartoons Casper's First Christmas Special. I think you can get that on DVD because I was looking up these. So there was a Canadian children's television program called Under the Umbrella Tree, which I was way into as a child. It had some puppets. There was a puppet gopher, a puppet iguana, and a puppet blue jay. And then there was Holly, who was like the person who owned the house where all these delightful children puppets lived and would learn lessons and whatnot. I was way into this as a kid. I have the Christmas special that my parents had taped because I found like a Christmas VHS, which was like, this is the VHS Little John watches when it's Christmas time.
Yeah, I had one of those too.
Yep, so I got that. I got a really awesome thing, the 1958 Disney's From All of Us to All of You, which is not available to watch anywhere because it includes old racist Disney cartoons in it.
Oh man!
By racist, I mean there is a 20s Mickey Christmas like cartoon that involves children receiving a bunch of toys, which includes, I think, a Pollywog type doll, which is probably why it's not available. You know what I mean? Like it's just a
like
little
the caricature.
There's some imagery in this that would be like not okay now, but it's crazy because this is like a huge thing, and people were like, I remember this used to air every Christmas on ABC, and like we'd watch it every year, and apparently up until like 5 years ago in like Sweden, they like watch this every year. I can't remember what country it is. It's a Scandinavian country. They like still air this, like special from 1958. And it's basically just a collection of Disney Christmas related like cartoons, like a Donald Duck Christmas wrapping cartoon that's funny. Like there's a couple Mickey Mouse ones, a really old one from the 20s. And then it's just interspersed with like, here's a song from Snow White. Like, you know, just like it's like a mashup of an hour of just Disney songs and things. So that's really cool because that's basically lost to the world, and I have it, which is really kind of cool. I also have Mickey's Christmas Carol, which I think you can just get anywhere. I had a copy of that. But you can watch my awesome buzzy analog sounding VHS version of it that I have.
Yeah.
I have Raggedy Ann and Andy's Great Santa Claus Caper. I don't know if you can watch.
Why are they stealing Santa Claus? My Christmas VHS was a double feature that was like a made-for-TV claymation Christmas special where the big climax was where the California Raisins showed up and sang a song, and then the Garfield Christmas special.
Yeah, okay. So the Raggedy Ann and Andy Great Santa Claus Caper is not available anywhere. There was a VHS copy that was released in 1994. I believe this was originally aired in, I gotta imagine, the 70s at some point. But it's a Chuck Jones animated original. It looks amazing. It's fucking awesome because I love Chuck Jones. Can't find it anywhere. So I have it. It's just insane. It's like there's just this stuff that's like lost because like no one owns the rights to it. So it's kind of gone, and it's just kind of fun to have that. And the other thing I have is like a weird a weird thing called a Merry Mirthworm Christmas.
What the fuck is that?
So it was on Showtime because my parents had pay cable back in the day in 1984.
Oh
so
man!
This must have aired.
You can get this
times.
you can get this for 99 cents on Amazon Prime.
Really?
Yeah.
A Merry Mirthworm Christmas? Oh, that's cool. At least you can find it. I thought for sure there would be no way to get this. It's like, so Showtime, like, just they apparently have done 2 Mirthworm specials, I guess. They were just like, let's make some weird animated kids thing to like have that, and so it's a thing that exists. I'm glad that you can get it.
Yeah, and it's if you have Prime, it's included for free. If you don't, it costs 99 cents.
Oh, that's cool. So you can watch that. I don't know if I would recommend that.
So we can watch that on Rabbit next time.
What was the other thing I have? I'm trying to go through the whole tape in my memory here. And there, Family Circus Christmas.
Oh man, there's like a bunch of Mirthworm movies.
From 1988, there was a Family Circus Christmas special that was pretty good, actually. It's actually really sad because they're putting their Christmas decorations up and they can't find the star, and their grandfather put the star on, but he's dead. And so
yeah.
they don't know where to find it, and then like little
is he like looking down from a cloud, winking?
Yeah, no,
the whole time?
yeah. No, actually, what happens is little Bill. I think it's Billy, the little one.
Yeah, I think so.
Jeffy. No, it's Jeffy. Jeffy's
Jeffy.
the little one. He sees like ghost grandpa like kind of show him where the star is, and like it's
and then that
unclear
completely
if
fucks him up psychologically for this whole life.
apparently. But anyway, he finds it, and then Santa shows up, and his granddad's there, and he's like, I'm fine. It's kind of like about like having dead grandparents at Christmas and like dealing with it as a kid. It's really interesting, and it I don't know what it aired on originally in 1988, but it's just kind of interesting. You find these like old weird things that aired on TV that didn't really get kept around. Anyway.
Yeah, because like if it's not like now where anything that shows up on Netflix is probably going to be around forever, but
Correct.
It was aired one time and
That was
probably put in a vault somewhere. Probably
Star Wars Christmas special.
Yeah.
That was so hard to find because they aired that on ABC and then they never re-aired it because George Lucas said, please never let anyone see this again. And
or
so
like,
people had copies. There were tapes of tapes of tapes.
Like the first Doctor's regeneration on Doctor Who is just like, well, we got this thing and we aired it, so now we don't need it anymore, so just throw it somewhere, and it just like disintegrates because you don't store it.
Yeah.
Or it gets erased and taped over.
I feel like if I were to have be friends with any Hollywood person, it would probably be like Peter Jackson.
Yeah,
because he's way into
man,
media
I want to see that
preservation.
World War I thing. That he's
I
been
do too. I saw the
restoring.
trailer for it recently. Now I do want to point out that is a colorization, and so it is not an actual historical document that's being shown, because again, colorization does take a lot of guesswork into what things looked like or sounded like in that. So I mean, it's a real cool thing, but also I have an issue with colorization a little bit of old photos. Is like, I think a lot of people just like what'll happen is you'll go on Twitter and they'll be like, this is history photos Twitter account that has like 8,000 followers, and then they tweet a colorized photo, and people are like, wow, that's what it looked like. I'm like, no, probably not actually, because it's colorized. So
yeah, and even when we had early color film, like it didn't take true to life pictures.
Yes, correct. Everything was muted. So, but I don't think this is being presented as that. It's just being like, hey, this is a really cool way to experience this old footage in a new interpretation way, which is the way it's...
I'm thinking World War I. Does the footage all have sound, or is that
no?
Okay,
they dubbed in.
So they dubbed in, like, okay,
yes, which is so crazy. But it's,
so does that mean
they
were like lip reading and they were like, "What is this person saying?" That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool though, and I like that. So I mean, I'm all for that.
Yeah, you have to make it accessible to people somehow.
Yeah. Exactly, and it's not getting rid of the originals. I don't have as much problem as I have that with like a redub of Evangelion, where you cannot find the originals like legally. So, whereas all those other ones are like, yeah, this is archival footage. You know, like you can watch the originals. But yeah, so yeah, and this is an issue I have going back to Mystery Science Theater. Like there was a long time when the only way you could get it was tape trading because the rights of the movies were not something they could DVD-ify. And recently, they've done a really good job of pretty much getting the rights to every episode, so that's been awesome. But it was a thing that you basically had to go on archive.org and download a MP4 of someone's VHS they uploaded a copy of. You know what I mean? Because that's all that existed.
But I think Mystery Science Theater is still like treated as if each episode is a like unique short film.
Yes.
So it's never like. It was this way on Netflix, and it's this way on Amazon too. Where it's why can't you just group it all together so I can watch it all in one place?
Yeah, it is weird. But they've done a really good job.
The new stuff is that though. So,
and
then the new Amnesty 3K is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I think we talked about this a little bit when it came out. Season 2 is started as well. And,
The first episode of season 2 was
It's Mac and Me.
Mac and Me,
and
yeah.
You have to watch it.
So I
It is
watched that
so
one.
good. Mac and Me. Is
I watched
such
that
a
one with
trash
Kirsten,
movie.
and she'd never heard of Mac and Me before, so it was just like totally mind blowing. It was great.
Yeah. God. Speaking of media preservation, when I lost my last hard drive, I lost all of my anime. And it really sucks because it's hard to find some stuff. And I had a lot of stuff that is hard to find. But that's fine.
This one goes out to John's hard drive.
Anyway, but I think that what's
You can
awesome
get a Funko
is,
Pop version of Tom Servo.
So what's awesome is one of my favorite animes is Azumanga Daioh. You may recognize my rabbit icon, and I believe maybe my Discord icon is a character from Azumanga Daioh. It was a great anime that was not available streaming anywhere, but I noticed, TJ, it's on High Dive.
Yep, which means you can get that.
I can't.
Verve.
I don't have Verve.
I still have Verve.
I know you do.
Isn't Verve pretty cheap?
It's $10, right?
Really?
$10 a month.
I thought
Yeah,
that was one of the ones that was like $3.99 or something.
Oh no! Crunchyroll was like $6, I think, and maybe a thing that was in it
And
was
High Dive by
$3.99.
itself is $4.99.
It's like a bunch of streaming, like small streaming services all glommed together. But I mean, Verve is awesome for fucking the Nick stuff that they have.
Nick Splat, Boomerang.
Yeah, because they have a lot. We talked about this a little bit on a previous episode, but like, they have a lot of, like, speaking of media preservation, like old Scooby-Doo episodes and things.
Yes,
That I don't think
and
you
the
can watch
movies.
a lot of places. Like, it's just really cool. They have a lot of fun stuff, and like being able to watch like Rocko's Modern Life, like somewhere, it's just neat. I feel like I have to buy this because.
Verve, get us a referral link. We'll help you.
I was about to say, yeah.
Verve.co/born in the 80s.
Doesn't exist yet. So
But the thing is, I'm already paying for Crunchyroll, so might as well just
undo it and then go
just
to Verve.
yeah.
So you get Crunchyroll anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, can we have one of our interns check with Verve and see if we can get a sponsorship?
Anyway, well, I'm gonna talk about another anime that I've been watching. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it's called Made in Abyss. I want to shout out I'm trying to find the strike through while I'm talking here, so I can remove the stuff I talked about. I want to give a shout out to the anime thing that I'm Patreoning. I forget the name of their website, but I want to shout them out because
Oh yeah, I've got it.
I forget what it is. It's
Oh,
here it is. allyouranime.net.
yes.
It's very much a mom and poppy feeling anime review website. Like I
But
want
it's
I don't
good
want to
for
be
what they do.
I don't want to be denigrating them because it's not like super duper professional, but like the content, the amount of content that they have is
freaking
great.
Yeah.
And so I was looking through their anime reviews because I was like, I kind of want to watch a new anime. And they had a review of they named their 2017 anime of the year as an anime called Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss, and I really don't want to look this up and have things spoiled for me because I'm 3 episodes in right now, but I kind of want to just get a good
Is it made MAID or made MADE?
MADE. It's a manga. Oh, this is the manga. But anyway, so the anime series about a young girl who finds and befriends a humanoid robot that descends with him into the titular abyss in search of her mother. So the plot is basically... So it's really cool. It's built around like a fantasy world where it's this big city that's just around a just massive hole. It's called the Abyss. And nobody knows how far down it goes. But the idea is the society is built around people that trek down into the Abyss to like bring up artifacts and sell them. And like bring up artifacts and better technology and stuff. And so the idea is that there's like people that are called... I believe it's it's the Cave Raiding Guild. I think they're called Cave Raiding. Anyway, it's like a guild of treasure, divers guild. And so people go down into the Abyss and like bring up treasure. But in the Abyss, of course, there's these crazy, creepy like monsters, like giant, like flying shark monster things, all this, like, so it's dangerous to go down into the abyss, but also, so it's kind of like a treasure exploring, like, it feels like Diablo, the original Diablo, where basically you're a town on top of this big hell pit, and you go down and, like, you know, collect gear and come back up. Animation's really awesome, like, really well done. But the idea is that it kind of goes around like a group of orphans, and there's a lot of orphans, obviously, because parents that are divers that go down and try and get gear and stuff have a high non-returning rate. So there's just a big, massive group of orphans that are, like, you know, paid for and cared for by the guild as part of, like, the way it's done. So if your parents die, you go to this orphanage and live and get trained to be a diver or trained to do whatever you want. And so and I say diver is wrong because that's referencing the, what's the Japanese RPG series that's on Switch? TJ, help me out.
Which one?
The ones that Nintendo produced, Xeno something?
Oh,
Xenoblade.
Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles, they call them divers. It's a similar conceit, actually, except for that in that conceit, the whole world is like an ocean, and you dive down below the clouds, and you're on, like, sky islands. This is different. This is just a big pit that this city is built around. And so, but it's really cool. Like, they talk about, like, the different levels of the abyss. There's, like, a level that's like an upside down, like, forest, and there's a level that's, like, called, like, God, what are the levels have awesome names, and it sounds like terrifyingly scary. We get the Forest of Temptation. There's the Great Fault, the Forbidden Field of Flowers. Like, there's all these really, like, crazy fantasy locations, which are just, like, I don't know. There's all these different layers. The idea is that there's a thing called the Curse of the Abyss. So the further down you go, the, like, worse it is. It's kind of like maybe like the bends would be a way to describe it. So, like, the deeper you go, the harder it is to come back up. And so, like, if you go to, like, level 5, you're just, like, bleeding out of all of your, like, pores and sockets, eye sockets, and only, like, the strongest humans can, like, survive this. And they talk about, like, if you go to level 6, it's called your last dive. You just don't come back because you can't come back because it would kill you. So, yeah, it's just really, like, a fascinating mystery, and it's got me, like, I want to know what's in that hole. Like, what's at the fucking bottom is just really intriguing because, like, you know, they just bring up, and so then, like I said, the main character, his mother was a white whistle level diver, or a raider, maybe we'll call them. And so she was, like, the top, like, legendary, like, level, like, everyone, like, and she went missing. And so she kind of wants to go down to the lowest levels and find her mom because she doesn't think she's dead. And maybe she isn't because, you know, you just don't come back. So who knows? And part of the plot is they find a bundle of notes from her of, like, stuff she found in the lowest levels. And so she's like, oh, I got to go, like, find her. Because she said in one of the notes that she's waiting at the bottom. So, and so she finds this robot boy who saves her while she's off on the upper levels, like, doing her, like, trainee, like, looking for loot and stuff. It's such, like, a video game conceit because they're like going around and finding, like, graves and, like, looting them and finding weird artifacts that are, like, worth money. And it's really kind of a cool system of the world. But yeah, this robot, like, saves her from a monster that crept up from the level that's normally found at, and then he's like a robot boy, and they're like, what the hell? Like, he's obviously an artifact from there, but he, like, can talk and shit, and he doesn't know anything about his past. But then they find in the notes from their mom that there's, like, an image of him, like, what looks like him. So they're like, what the fuck? Where are you from? I don't know. It's a great mystery. It's really cool. TJ, I'm sorry it's only available in Japanese. There's no dub of this. It is on Prime Video for free in Japanese, so you can watch it. But I am, like, I'm just way into this. I'm just saying if you had Prime, you watch it. But it's also not in English. But the anime, all your anime review said that it is very dark, that a lot of people die, and it is a very dangerous place. So it just sounds really just exciting. There's 13 episodes. I think it aired last year Yeah, about a year ago it stopped airing. So anyway, I'm hooked. So that's what I've been up to. All right, I'm ranted and talked enough. What are you guys doing?
Smash.
Smashing that
Smash
like
that
and
like
subscribe.
You know what problem with Twitch is? I don't know how long we've been recording.
A while.
All right.
About an hour and 30 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And we
That's all we've been streaming for.
Yeah, we didn't do like a ton of pre-show before.
You're right. You can actually I can look at my email and it'll tell me when a notification came through that you were streaming. But anyway. What about Smash, TJ?
How's your
Talk
Smash
about
experience?
Smash Brothers.
Who are you maining? Are you S tier?
Genji.
Where's the tier? What's the tier list?
I don't give a shit about tier lists. I'm having fun.
What is that?
Remember when games were fun?
I do not know what you're talking about.
Do you want to watch my ultimate YouTube channel tier list? I've gotten so many fucking suggestions for Smash Brothers tier lists videos. Anyway, sorry.
So first of all, first thing I have to say, I need to thank my Cole Watson Discord community, because without them, I wouldn't have Smash today.
Ah.
They paid for Smash for me.
Well, that's nice.
So
nice.
I was super, super thankful. And then that goes into my second part.
Okay.
I want to play Smash right away so I can kind of start playing online.
Yeah.
My internet shit, and I get some online games, but if it's more than a 1v1, it's laggy as hell. Especially with my internet here.
Yeah.
But regardless of all that, I've had some decent 1v1s, which were a lot of fun.
I've heard that the netcode isn't great to begin with.
It's not Smash's fault. It's all of Nintendo Online's fault.
Yeah.
Because I have the same issue when I play Splatoon Turf Wars 4v4. I get booted out of every game.
Yeah.
I can't play ARMS.
Was it Mizuguchi said, buy the LAN adapter so you can plug into your router? It's like, that's not a good sign.
Issue, though. That's not even the issue, at least on my end.
Fair
but
enough.
I could play Mario Kart without a hitch.
Oh, well.
Mario Kart's fine. Fortnite's fine on the Switch.
Of course, Fortnite's fine.
Yeah. Everything else? Yeah, good luck.
Well, Nintendo's online is, you're not paying for it, so obviously...
Yeah, I mean, free services.
Paying for it now.
What?
It used to be free. I don't know what happened. I thought once they got people paying for it, obviously they'd fix a lot of the problems that they were having.
Yeah,
but
you got people pay for it for 3 months.
You got
now.
Lolo, Adventures of Lolo now though in December, so it's obviously been worth it.
What was the game that I wanted to play in that? Not Gradius.
Ninja Gaiden got put out.
They added Gradius SP edition. Oh, the 2 new SP editions, because SP is when they take the game and they're like, "Hey, here's a bunch of stuff to make the game easier for you." They did a Dr. Mario SP edition.
You know what's...
The Dr. Mario SP edition is high speed, level 20. I think there's like 5 viruses to finish up because it gets a cutscene that almost no one has seen because it's fucking hard.
Because it's really far in.
Yeah.
Now, with the Nintendo Online NES games that they have, is there rewind functionality and all that stuff?
There's not rewind. There is 4 suspend points. So you get that.
Yeah.
And there is online play with them as well.
Yeah. That's cool. One thing that is kind of ruined, I think, me and everything, I don't own this because I don't have the nostalgia, but that SNK 40th Anniversary Edition, people are just like, this is the best emulation we've ever seen. Like, it's got rewind, it's got fast forward, it's got a mode where you can watch someone play through 90% of like this bullet hell shooter and then start playing at any moment. Like, it has like live replay playbacks of like people beating the game like optimally,
cool.
And you can just jump in and play and fast forward to the end. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just got so many features. I think it's got scans of original artwork and like all this and everyone's like, you got to do this.
That's
and
better
Nintendo,
than like Sega's put together thing too.
Correct. Sega's isn't great at all compared to that. Oh well, it has some cool stuff.
It was all right.
Though.
It was all right.
I like you can do it in VR, Matt. I don't know if you want to do that on Vive, but I saw that the Sega, what is it on Steam? The Sega Genesis Mega Collection has VR capability. So I think you can sit down in front of a fake TV and watch.
Yeah,
Sega
in a virtual room.
Genesis.
Yep.
Yeah,
I could do that with Retro Neon Arcade too.
Yeah. But that's the idea. It's kind of the same idea, which is kind of a fun concept, but also kind of like, all right, is this really what I'm going to do?
No, yeah, and just because like the Vive's resolution, at least the one I have, isn't good enough to look at stuff on a fake TV screen and be able to read it well.
It gets even muddier, especially with like 8-bit or 16-bit graphics on a fake TV. Like it's going to be.
Because I remember trying to play like Donkey Kong Country and Retro Neon Arcade, and I just could not read any of the menus, so I just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my initial impressions of Smash, now that I've been playing it for 10 days, 8 days, whatever. So, the Smash mode's great. I don't have as many people to play it with yet, so I haven't done a lot of just local multiplayer matches. It's a little different this time around because you choose your rule set first, but you can save rule sets. So if you like playing like 3 stock every time, that could be your primary rule set.
Okay.
Go from there. Then you choose your stage. Then you choose your characters. And the character select screen shows you with 2 players default on the bottom of the screen, and you could just add player as many times as you want, up to 8, or bring it down. That way you're not like, oh, I want to do this 4-player game, but let's go to 6 next time. You don't have to go out and go to a different game mode. It's all in one. So that's real nice.
I feel like that's a really cool addition.
Yeah.
That I think a lot of people complained about in the old Smash games. You used to have to, like, every time you started up a match, you have to, like, all right, we got to switch to the screen, switch to 3 stock, switch all this stuff over to, like, what we want from the default. And now you can set your default, which is pretty cool.
Exactly.
Although I've heard the online has problems with that.
We'll get to that. I'm just going to go kind of in order.
I want to ask you about Smash. So you play no items, 3 stock, all that stuff? That's your preferred Smash?
My preferred Smash online is 3 stock, 5 minutes with items.
And 1v1 or what?
1v1 because my internet can't handle better than that.
I will also mention that I hate stock when you're playing more than 1v1.
Yeah.
I hate, because I used to have my fake cousins, because they're not actually related to me, but they're the same age as me and my brother, and we basically were cousins because we'd hang out all the time. So our parents were friends.
It would hide.
Is we would play stock mode with all 4 of us, and I would win a lot because I would run off and hide and be like, this doesn't like work. Like, you can just hide and win, because when you have just 1v1, you can just not take place in the battle, and then you'd be like, hey, I got 5, and you've only got 2 lives left because you were fighting the whole time. So
when you have 3 or more, you really have to play KO mode, especially if you have assist trophies turn on.
Yes.
Because assist trophies in this game can be knocked out and count as a point.
I love my favorite mode in Smash, at least when I played Melee, which is the last Smash I actually played, playing time mode with items, because items make it wacky and fun.
Yeah,
I'm not here to play some fucking fighting game. I want to be able to throw a Pokeball and have like a fucking Charizard show up on the screen.
Yep.
Like, and I love playing with non-stock mode because it allows for riskier play, and it's more about trying to get smash knockouts and less about trying to not get killed.
Yes.
And so there's a lot less people, doing the crazy strats of like rolling around and dodges and all that stuff. It's more about just trying to get that smash attack in.
Yep.
And that's why I used to main Luigi, because he has a super fast smash, as well as I play as Pikachu, or not Pikachu, I play as Jigglypuff. Because I got real good at timing Jigglypuff's instant kill. And so I would infuriate people by doing that.
I am not good at that.
Oh my god, I was
not
so
good
good
at all.
So, Matt, I'm sure you're puzzled because you don't know anything about this, but there's a character called Jigglypuff.
Oh, yes, I know this.
Popular Pokemon game.
The Pokemans.
Pokemon Go to the Polls.
Okay.
All right, that is the worst moment of 2016. Actually, maybe the election was the worst moment of 2016. But
Yeah,
that was
I think so. I think that
but anyway, Pokemon go to the polls. Pokemon Jigglypuff has a smash attack where she is it she
they.
they
It
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
know. It doesn't really. They don't
But
go
it has
into
a
the
special.
gender.
It has a special attack.
Yes, it's
that
not a
is-
smash attack because she also has a smash attack. This is an attack where I think it's down B or something you hit or down. I don't
Is
remember
down
what it
B.
is. Down
It's
B.
your down special.
And if the enemy that you're fighting is over 30 to 40, somewhere around 35 damage or 40 damage, which is about like a third of the way up before they start getting knocked off the stage, if you are positioned directly on top of or touching like a certain percentage of their body and hit it, they will instantly die.
Yes,
They'll
this
fly
is the
off
thing that
screen.
happened to me, and I
Yes.
could never figure out how to do
So
it.
I
back.
used to do that all the time when
You
I
kind of
played
have to
Smash
jump
Brothers.
on top of them.
What?
You almost have to be like jumping.
You have to be
landing
like
on top
in
of
the
them.
same space as they are,
Yes.
like
Because
touching.
if you just go next to them and like try and move closer, and then it like
Yes.
you out and do it
Yes.
here, you'll just fall asleep and nothing will happen.
Correct. So if you miss with it, you fall asleep. Yeah, actually, even if you hit, I think you fall asleep.
Yeah, you fall asleep regardless. The move
Yeah.
is rest,
Which
it
is
just
why
it creates.
Yeah, which is why it's bad because even when you're me playing with 4-player Smash, it's like, well, you do that once, and then the other people are just like, well, it's time to fucking hit you with the Smash attack because you're completely defenseless for like I think 3 seconds. But I think the timer is slower if you actually do hit. If you miss, it is like an agony amount of time, and you will be like that. But so I used to play that all the time because it was really fun to play in Smash mode and just own people like Matt who were confused as to what was happening.
And then I would play Jigglypuff, and I'd be like, "I'm just falling asleep. What is happening?"
It's really tricky even to pull off. If you actually watch people speedrun, they speedrun Jigglypuff because of this move
Yes.
on a lot of stages because they'll be like, okay, this is a stage where you have to like KO a bunch of people quickly. And you just do Jigglypuff, and you get them all to line up on top of each other, and you do the rest, and they all fly off. Like, yeah.
So Matt, just as a heads up for this new one, this new game has 74 characters so far.
That's too many.
Soon to be more, including Persona. Oh, we
Yes.
gotta talk about that, by the way.
But you start with 8.
Yeah,
You have to unlock all of the rest of them.
it's insane.
Can I
love
buy
that.
dances for them?
No.
Not
Damn
the
it.
Carlton. You'll get sued.
Yeah, exactly. Nor hats or outfits. As of right now, you can't buy any outfits or hats.
Fair enough.
Last game you could.
I'm sure that will
Oh,
come
really?
in due time.
Yeah, for your me characters.
Mm.
All right. The next mode going, I guess, down is spirits.
Ah, yes.
So spirits has a couple of different things. Now, spirits are kind of characters from other games you can use to enhance your characters, but there's a new game mode, this new adventure mode called World of Light.
Yes, where Kirby saves the world.
Yes, there's basically this light ball with wings that just fucks up and kills everybody, except for Kirby.
Okay.
And then you start in this big adventure mode, going on a big world map from place to place, fighting basically puppet fighters that were cloned from your captured
Friends.
comrades.
Yep.
And then they were given a spirit that are kind of playing puppet master. So those characters are looking and playing and acting like the spirit that's controlling them.
Yeah. So, like, give some examples of spirits. Like, what are some good spirits?
So,
Like
for instance,
whiskey,
one of the
bourbon.
spirit is the spiky black enemy from Kirby that you can't kill, called the Gordo.
Yep.
Okay.
So in that spirit, it controlled King Dedede, which is kind of the weird penguin king from
Oh,
Kirby.
okay. I know
King
that one.
Dedede is invisible and only does, for the most part, forward special attacks, which are the attacks that make Gordos appear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you're just being pummeled by Gordos,
Yeah.
but you have to get rid of the invisible King Dedede.
Now, I've heard people... The World of Light sounds really fun. I like the spirits idea because it's, like, where all of the references of other old,
Yes.
like, Nintendo games comes in. Because there's, like, the Hogan's Alley, like, guy, gangster guy, you know, as, like, a character. And, like, there's all sorts of weird, just awesome
like,
old references.
like you can get the Earthbound Starman as a character. You can get Street Fighter's Blanca. You can get
Now, is there a Waluigi spirit?
probably there's a
But
Mario
if there's a
Tennis
Waluigi
Mario.
spirit, but if there's a Waluigi spirit, that means that Waluigi won't be a playable character.
No, it like I said, there's a Mario Tennis Mario.
Yeah, but that's Mario Tennis Mario.
Yep.
If there's Mario Tennis Waluigi, then okay. But
one of the characters I've been using is Kyle Hyde, who is the main character of the DS exclusive game Hotel Dusk Room 250.
Yes! Some of the crazy references that are in this are just like these real weird pulls, which I think is really fun to like find all these like references to. The thing I think is really cool about Smash Ultimate is that like it is just all encompassing references to everything Nintendo.
Yes.
Which is really fun. I kind of want to get this game, but I also know that I won't play it.
Here's another one that's going to make a bit more sense.
Yeah.
Rayman was a spirit. Okay? So Rayman, you were fighting a Mario.
Yeah.
He was just kind of like a Mario in his dark colors. But it automatically summoned an assist trophy. And it's that weird kind of guy that's made out of separated blobs that just spins at you. Well, Rayman is just limbs that are separated from his body.
He just has space. He doesn't have. He's got like blobs for hands that aren't connected to his body. So, yeah, I think that's really neat. And so you said the spirits, you can like equip them though.
Yes, you can equip them. Yes, you get different abilities. Like
this feels like a mobile game. Like you can like level up them. And
it's very gacha like, but it doesn't feel like gacha.
Well, there isn't. You can't buy like coins.
You can buy with in-game currencies.
Yeah, but
two kinds of in-game currencies.
Oh,
gold
really?
And
so it is very
much
points. So it's a built-in gacha game, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel like you have to grind as much as you'd think.
Yeah.
I haven't dismissed many of them, but when you dismiss spirits, you can get them from a different. Like, there's a spirit board to get spirits. There's the World of Light where you can get spirits.
I remember watching the Nintendo Direct where they spent 40 minutes talking about this, and I still don't understand it, but
it's a lot of freaking fun because after you get your spirits, you can also make spirit teams and set them, and you can play a Smash mode with spirits.
Nice. That's fun. Like,
but
it's just cool.
But the abilities you get are different than the ones that the spirits you encounter are. So it's like, start the match with a beam sword. There's one that I've been using a lot called Super Slow Armor. It's a support spirit, which makes me really slow, hard to smash, take less damage. That's good enough. I don't care that I'm slow.
Sounds like me in college.
Yeah.
Really slow and hard to smash.
Hey, yo.
Now, characters you unlock...
Self-burn.
Now, when you start World of Light, specifically World of Light, not the Spirit board or any of the other side parts in the Spirits menu, you start with one character, just that Kirby.
Yep.
The cutscene. And then any characters you unlock in World of Light are opened anywhere else, but not vice versa. So, like, if you unlock 40 characters in your regular Smash mode, they're not unlocked in World of Light.
Got it. So, like, the way to unlock characters in Smash, I think, is probably very similar to, like, what Melee did, where...
Three different ways to unlock every character.
You can encounter them through the story mode and unlock them by doing special things, or you can just play enough matches that they'll randomly show up as a challenger, and then you can fight them to unlock them.
Now, remember how Melee, instead of classic mode, had adventure mode?
Yep.
Or maybe had both?
Yeah.
Might have been both. I don't know.
Does this have the side-scrolling, like, fighting adventure stuff?
Not exactly.
I loved
really
that
doesn't.
in Melee.
There's
I
a
wish
couple,
they brought that back.
There's a couple of levels that are side-scrolling.
Yeah.
But it's side-scrolling like auto-scrollers.
Yeah.
But classic mode in this game is adventure mode perfected.
Okay.
It doesn't have any side-scrolling levels. But every character has a different sequence of characters that you fight, specifically related to whatever journey or story they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
Like if you play as Ryu, it's a collection of characters that feel like you're fighting through a series of Street Fighter characters.
Yeah.
Almost Spirit mode like, but not exactly.
Yeah.
Because you start with Ken, and that's the only Street Fighter character in there.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I have to buy Smash just because I should own it. Because there's just so much content in it, and it's such like a seminal Nintendo game. But I never really got into it. Like
Jigglypuff's story mode, or classic mode, is all the OG Smash 64 players.
Nice.
and every final boss, for the most part, is different per character. Like some of them are. I had one where I like beat Ridley and then just got a Master Hand battle. I had one where it's just immediately Master Hand and Crazy Hand. I had one that was you beat Ganondorf and then you fight a boss battle against Ganon. I had one where you beat Bowser and then you have a boss battle against Giga Bowser. And then I've had other ones where you don't actually beat Bowser and you just have a harder Giga Bowser battle. It's different. It's just different for every character, and I'm really enjoying it. But every classic mode, for the most part, every classic mode you play has a series of characters you can unlock. And as long as you haven't unlocked all of them in the character, you will always have a challenger approaching character battle to beat. The more you run around, it's actually distance ran. The more you're in any game mode, the next character gets unlocked to fight. You can unlock the character in World of Light, and then if you die against a character and you don't encounter them one of the regular ways, once in a while on the Games and More menu, there is a little door that shows up in the menu. You go there, and it's a challenger's approaching, and you get to pick which character you want to fight against them.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
And that's what I hate, because I get a challenger coming up, and I'm like, I was only playing as Jigglypuff because I wanted to play this classic mode.
I'm not good at
someone.
It. Yeah. That's one of the things I loved about Melee, and I think is really cool about this, is like it seems like weird that you start with such a small amount of, with 8 of the 72. But part of the fun is that like, challenger approaching and then having to do the fight. So I'm glad that that's a huge part of the game. And I know people, I think people don't really complain because it's just the way Smash is. It's like, you start with a small roster and you have to unlock them all in game. It's like every fighting game, except for that with like Street Fighter games and whatnot, you unlock like maybe 3 characters out of like the 20 instead of like, what is it, 64 of the like 72 or whatever you unlock.
So if you buy Smash Brothers before I think January 15th,
you'll
get the first
Piranha
DLC
Plant
character for free. Just Piranha Plant.
Yeah.
He'll be available in like March. And then there's the Fighter Pass.
I love the idea of Piranha Plant, by the way.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for it.
What a fun idea for a character.
Half the Piranha Plants are in plant pots. Half of them are in pipes.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool.
I think that's a really cool, fun.
And then
character.
of the 5 additional DLC characters, we've got the first one announced.
Yep.
Which is Joker, your main character from Persona 5.
Yes. Awesome. It's a fun addition, I think.
And I'm not going to say it because everyone else has said it, so I won't say it.
What?
We never saw it coming.
Thank you for that. I get that reference.
Yeah.
What's that, Captain America?
I don't.
I get that reference. So, Matt, let's talk about something for you before we end.
I played more Fallout 76.
I did today, too.
There was a patch today that fixed a couple of bugs. I haven't played since then.
Can I warn people about my experience quick? Because I was bitching about this. I was going to go online and rant about it, but then I realized... You talked about this a little bit, but Fallout 76 uses all of your network connection.
Yeah, it does. It is not optimized at all.
Steam was downloading updates in the background, and like... that weird texture pop-in I got in that stream? That was happening to me. I was getting killed by... I tweeted about this. I got like loaded in, got killed by an invisible enemy, disconnected from the game, and I reconnected and all of my junk was gone. Yeah. Because...
And it's weird. Like, it uses all of your network resources, but also everything is client-side, so I don't know why it uses all of your resources.
I know. It doesn't seem like they optimized this in the best way. But
no.
But anyway, it's just crazy. But then like I turned Steam's auto updates, I paused it, and then I went back in and everything. It affected my load. Like I had loading times of like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I was trying to download Subnautica.
I'm sure it was downloading stuff.
I could not load into a server at all. I was just stuck on the load screen forever.
That is not how any other online game works. Online games usually will prioritize, like, will be built to prioritize, or like because I think in Windows you can network traffic, like if you're a program that's open, prioritize yourself over other programs. But clearly, Fallout 76.exe does not do that.
Yeah,
And it's
especially
just like,
if you're like the active window at the time. I think it allows you to prioritize.
yeah.
But it doesn't do that.
It's just weird. And then and immediately I turned off my downloads and it was just like, oh yeah, popped in, like 20-second load in, like, oh, I was immediately fighting dudes. I didn't lose much of my junk because I specifically decided to put all of my junk in the base trunk now that has more space because I was worried that I would get fucked over and lose a bunch of like steel resources.
Yeah, you don't really want to carry anything that you don't have to, because
correct.
I mean, you're more of a strength-based character, so you have more carry weight than me. But like, I get over-encumbered every time I'm out.
And by more strength-based, I mean I have 2 special points in strength.
But I guess we're about the same then, because I think I have that. I
threw one in there because it increases your carry capacity. And
I threw it in there for max rank Junkrat. So all of my junk
what's
is
Junkrat?
Rank 1 reduces the weight of all junk by 25%. Rank 2 is 50, and rank 3 is 75.
I need to get that one too, because I also have the perk card. Speaking of, we're talking a little bit about this game, but the perk card system is fucking cool.
Yeah,
like I like that because like
they
you
need
can,
a better way to switch loadouts though.
Correct. Yes, but it's cool because you can have cards that synergize. So like you said, you have the Junkrat one that reduces the junk weight, but I also have like the rank one of the endurance one, I think, or the luck one that makes it so your junk adds to your armor level.
Yeah, that's luck.
Junk
shield.
Yeah,
I have that.
And so like it's like a synergy between those two. It's like I'm carrying more junk, but it weighs less, and that increases my armor by a percentage. So
yeah,
like,
and it's cool. You can have like, this is my combat loadout, this is my crafting loadout. You just have to like manage all of that.
You know, because you need to have
like, if I need to. There's like a mod for loadout management that I haven't been able to get working yet because I'm not good at mods. But when I do that, I'm just gonna put hacking and lockpicking on one like separate loadout, so I can just switch them in whenever I need them. Right now, it's just kind of equipped all the time, not being used.
Yeah, I will say, this game has a lot of problems.
Oh yeah,
but also when it does work, it is fun.
It is.
So I feel like this is, I think a lot of people, or at least on the Quarter 3 forums that people talking about, they're like, this game will be a really awesome game a year from now.
Yeah. If they keep up the pace they're doing now, where they release at least bug fixes every week, if not a full patch, it's going to evolve pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
It's a big playground that they can go a lot of different directions on.
One direction they could go in is paid loot boxes. Matt, have you heard about this controversy?
I haven't heard about.
We just got past the canvas bags. Now we're on to the paid loot boxes.
All right. For only a little bit less than you could buy an entire expansion for The Witcher 3. What was it you could buy? A pair of pants?
You could buy the power armor, the patriotic power armor.
Skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the patriotic power armor skin, I think, is $18.70 in Weird Adams money.
Yeah.
And in Steam, you could buy the Game of the Year edition of Witcher 3 with all of the DLC for $20. And it's like, So Fallout 76, there's rumors about it right now. Where's the Forbes article? So there's no way Bethesda's about to introduce loot boxes to Fallout 76, are they? But apparently they have, I think, Bethesda. Remember why we watch these videos? They multiple times said that there will be no pay to win in this game.
Yeah, everything
all be that
you pay for will be purely cosmetic.
Okay, so this is Reddit, so it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But I will say into this, this is actually. All right, so I want to go over this to clear Bethesda, and I don't want to say that they're not going to do this because... I don't want to say they're not going to do this because they definitely could turn around and do this because they're a company that wants to make money. But this is coming off of a Reddit... So this rumor is based off a Reddit post where someone looked at the ESM files of Fallout 76 update that makes several references to lunchboxes. And lunchboxes were what they called their loot boxes in the Fallout Shelter game, which you could buy with like cash or like premium currency in that. but also there's been no reference to it in the game, and nobody has said that it's you know what I mean, Bethesda. So
I feel like
I mean,
it was
there's-
something that like an idea that was floated
Yeah,
at one
it's
point,
very
and it just
possible.
remains in the code.
The thing that gives me pause on this, though, and maybe this is something they're doing, is that it was ESM files in a new update, not in the original base code. Where, like, because I could think it was like, oh yeah, they were going to do that, but they're like, nah, let's not do it. To be fair, lunchboxes could be not pay to win. It could be, It could be like, hey, you spend your atoms to get, you know, random like cosmetic loot items, you know, or skins for things. So.
Yeah, or even something that's not part of the Atom store, but it's just you find a lunchbox in game. Because they had Vault-Tec lunchboxes in Fallout 4. They were just always full of some useless junk that you would scrap.
Yeah.
But it would be cool if you started finding those around 76 and it had like a limited time buff or something.
Yeah. I will say one of the cool things about Fallout 76 is I do enjoy the game loop of kind of going to areas and finding junk and scrapping it so that I can go back to my base and upgrade some stuff. I mean, that's kind of how I played like a lot of the base building in Fallout 4, which I liked.
Yeah. I'm not really invested in the main quest line at all. I'm doing it, but I'm just like, I'm not reading any of the stuff. I'm just like, okay, here's the next checkpoint on my map to go to. But I mostly just like, I have a goal when I log in to do like, hey, I've got to collect this certain material to repair this piece of armor or whatever. And then along the way, I'll get sidetracked by something and the sidetracked by something else. And it's just kind of like rambly kind of gameplay.
I kind of wish they would have figured out a way to do NPCs though, because like obviously they can, because there are vendors that you can like
there's robots
in the world,
and there's one super mutant vendor.
Yes, I feel like that they definitely. I think the game would be better if they could do that, like because like in World of Warcraft, there's NPCs, you know, and you can kill horde NPCs as alliance if you're in a PvP server and stuff like. And that's a thing that just happens, and it's kind of a cool thing you can do, and a lot of times they'll be protected by higher level things, and I don't know, stuff like that would be kind of neat to see in this game, like if there was like a stronghold of survivors or a vault. Like you go in there and fuck shit up.
There are sealed vaults in the game, so it's always a possibility that one could open up, and suddenly we have NPCs.
I love the idea of the vaults being like instances as well. We're talking about, so
or it could be like a roving raider gang, just migrates in from somewhere else or something.
Yeah, I see a lot of like cool stuff that could happen in the game. The game is gorgeous. It's huge. It's got a lot of technical problems still, which is, I mean, it's a Bethesda game,
but it's
Bethesda
pretty.
It works and it's weird. And Matt fought 3 Scorch Beasts while I hid in a little room.
Yeah,
crafting ammo.
Scorch Beasts used to make me shit my pants with fear, and now I'm just like.
Annoyed.
Oh man, another Scorch Beast. I'm going to waste so much ammo and I'm going to have to repair all my armor after this.
You fought 3 of them at once.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like, I like that the game shows your screenshots and the loading.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got screenshots of me posing in front of Scorch Beasts that I did like 1% of the 100% damage that was done to them to kill them.
Yeah, and if you ever want to get to those are just stored locally in your documents folder.
Yeah. I feel like it's a game that got a lot of negative press, probably deservedly, because it just, their messaging around when it came out was just fucking god awful.
Yeah, like but also at this point, it's just a meme to point out to like bitch about it, and people just like annoying about it.
Yeah.
I look forward to the time when like the greater Reddit community forgets that Fallout 76 exists, and I can just play my stupid bugged game in peace.
Well, and then like I think it'll be part of it. I mean, I could foresee the. Fall 2019, people are like, hey, actually, Fallout 76 is really fleshed out game now. That's really good, because that like kind of has happened with a lot of these online games.
Yeah.
Where, like I think Destiny 1 was like that.
Destiny 1 in its second year.
Yep, and everyone was like, oh, there's actually a ton of good content in this now, and like you should probably play this. So
there's sort of an echo that, like off in the distance, that a PvP overhaul is going to be coming eventually. So I think once they have something like that where it's more of like you team up with a faction, and it's like raiders versus responders versus.
Because right now, nobody does PvP because there's no incentive to PvP.
No,
because I don't think you get anything out of it. I'm sure you maybe get caps.
You get caps if you collect a. Well, if you kill somebody outright, you can take all their junk. If you kill somebody that has a bounty, you can collect caps.
Yeah.
That's
so it's not a great like reward system, but like I like your idea of a faction system where you like there's 3 factions on the map, and you every kill of another member of a faction you get points that you can turn in to get like loot and stuff. Like
I don't want a battle royale, but I want it to be more complicated than just 2 factions.
Yeah.
Because like when I played Dark Age of Camelot, the PvP in that was always way more interesting because you had 3 sides, so you could you had the opportunity of like being in a battle and then suddenly getting flanked by a random force that came in at full health.
That's one of the things I really liked about PlanetSide and PlanetSide 2 is that there's 3 factions as well in that. So a lot of times you'd be, God, PlanetSide 2 is such a fucking good game. I played so much of that online. But like, you know, you'd go to a base and you'd be fighting the like, you know, the purple guys as the red guys, and all of a sudden, oh shit, here comes the blue faction, like attacking from the side, and then
it's like a bitter fight to the death where you've almost won, but both sides are almost dead, and then this new fresh fighting force comes in and just tramples you.
And so that was really fun. I think that'd be a cool thing to put in the game.
There is a more complicated PvP system in the game. It's just nobody knows about it. It's a special radio signal that you tune into, and then if at least 4 people on that server tune into that radio station, you end up like entering a special PvP mode. But nobody does that right now because they haven't talked about it at all. So like there's something in the game, and I hope they expand on that.
Yeah, and I actually want to mention that I think people were really worried about the way PvP was going to work. Like, oh, there's going to be people griefing, like in Rust and all these other games.
Yeah.
The way that they have it is pretty elegant. Is just you turn that PvP toggle to I don't want to engage in PvP, and then that means you still can be damaged. I think they need to just make it so that if you have PvP toggled off, you don't take damage. Or have servers that are for PvP enabled. That would be the easiest way.
There's a fun interaction now where there's like a specific power armor mod that's rebounds damage. So if you get shot, it rebounds damage back at your attacker. So even if you have passive mode on and you're wearing that armor, if somebody shoots you, you get like the little bit of slap damage, but they get the full force of their attack back at them. And if it kills them, you get a bounty on your head.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
that's pretty fucked up.
So yeah, that's a thing that is kind of like they need to update their systems, but I also think that they're probably pretty invested in this game moving forward because it's their first online game that they have running exclusively on their Bethesda service, which I think they're going to probably push further in the future. So this is kind of like, oh, it may not be perfect.
Responsive. Like there's stuff that's going to get fixed in this that is a bug that like the bolt action rifle reload animation has been bugged since Fallout 4, but it's getting fixed on like the 2nd month on this game.
Yeah.
So they're getting around to stuff.
Yeah. And I'm having a fun time with it. So I'm looking forward to it getting better, but it does seem like, Bethesda is moving all of their published games are going to be basically releasing on this service, and I'm sure they'll have other online games that they'll want. So they're going to want to keep this going. It's kind of Oh, speaking of playing the I Will Remember You music, it's kind of like the way I felt like BattleNet was working with Heroes of the Storm, where it was kind of like the game was never super popular, but they were like keeping it going. Sounds like that is, Heroes of the Storm is sunsetting at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't played it in a while, so I'm not surprised.
So Blizzard put out an announcement saying that they're pulling resources away from it, and they're not going to be doing the esports stuff next year
man,
that they did.
Sucks.
Yeah, they said so. They're like, we're not like stopping servers or anything, but they're like, the team that's going to be working on it's going to be focusing on like patches, bug fixes, and small trickles, new characters. Yeah, and not like a lot of the big updates they've been doing, which kind of sucks because it's definitely my favorite MOBA. Which is like weird to think about because it's like the least popular MOBA, but
Yeah.
it's also like that MOBA, I don't know, it's the least complicated, so it was the easiest to get into, but I feel like the mechanics are very good. And the maps, having the different maps makes the game more interesting. Because like with the thing with like Dota and League of Legends is the map's identical always. And so it's all down to, it's like a fighting game.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just all down to memorizing your. It's like doing a speed run. You have to just memorize all your moves and then execute perfectly.
You know all the moves. You know all the items that you're supposed to buy in Dota, and like all this like character setup, and then execute. And that's like a different thing. Whereas like Here's the Storm is like each map has weird mechanics, and you could either go for team fights or you can work on like doing the PvE mechanic stuff to like.
It's the Smash of MOBAs.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's
and not just the crossover stuff.
Yeah, it's basically Blizzard Smash.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into the 3D MOBAs. So when Paragon shut down, I was really upset about that. But
I got a bunch of Paragon cash I never used because I got bought. They came with my video card, but I don't know. I just yeah. So anyway, get your free Subnautica on the Epic launcher.
Yeah, do it. I did.
I need to do that soon.
I haven't played it yet, but
I already owned it. So
is it? What's the gameplay like? It's like base building and exploring,
it's
right?
a survival game.
Okay.
It's like Minecraft. You go around and collect, but it's kind of cool. I mean, it looks really neat. It takes place in like an alien ocean, so you're like collecting gear and building little like kelp farms and I don't know. It's fun though. It's really neat. Like it's a unique concept.
Yeah, it'll be there when I get sick of Fallout. Because like Fallout's scratching a lot of those itches too.
Yeah.
Well, the survival aspects of Fallout are the worst part of it, but this is like a minor annoyance. Like, oh, I guess I have to drink a boiled water now. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. They probably could have removed it, and it wouldn't be a different like game, if that makes sense. Especially because I have a lot of perk cards that specifically deal with removing the need to drink as much. But
Anyways, TJ, what were you saying?
All right, before we go, I just want to throw a minor techie problem I've been having. That way, if any of our listener has a solution for it, I would be glad to hear it. So I had installed this capture card on my DS, which was great, and it was working. And then we had some streams that were not epilepsy friendly. Not a joke. Yeah. It was very stroby lights and blinking display. Well, that got worse.
Really?
And then I found out when I had everything plugged in, it was blinking the display. I unplugged my microphone, and it stopped blinking. I moved things to different USB plugs, and it was blinking again. Unplugged something else, it stopped blinking. I've done different ports. I'm wondering if the issue is I need a healthier power supply. And it's weird because I would think that with my USB hub I have, it's a powered hub. It should get enough power for anything I have hooked up to that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. My gut does say that it's like a power issue if it gets fixed when you unplug stuff. John, do you have any ideas?
First, I thought it could be a software issue, but I really don't think it is.
Is John talking?
No, my mic's not broken.
Okay.
I will have to mime
I was like, I'm pretty sure those keyboard noises are coming from John.
Oh, I stopped typing though for a little while, but yeah, no, yeah, I don't know, TJ.
But yeah, if anyone has ideas, just go to our Discord at YOLO420.com/born in the 80s.
I love that. Good get, Matt. YOLO420.com/born in the 80s. I think before we end, guys, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Sure.
I'm slightly on the side that says yes.
I just don't care enough to have this argument with people.
I was talking to someone at work, and apparently they were looking at an article that was talking about favorite Christmas movies by state.
Yeah.
And in Illinois it was Home Alone, but Wisconsin was Die Hard.
I will say Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. And I think it's one of those fun things to be like, actually, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And
it's just like a glib response, which is very appropriate to Die Hard.
It does not... It is not a Christmas movie because the Christmas references are very minimal, and it just is a movie that is an action movie that happens to take place during Christmas. There's no like Christmas themes. I think it's a holiday party is attacked is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's a lot of other movies that take place but like Jingle All the Way is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Die Hard is a action movie that has Christmas in it. Referenced.
But at the same time, TV has decided that every Harry Potter movie is a Christmas movie because there's Christmas in it.
I know. That's the thing. That's a very good argument. I'm gonna put that in my internet argument.
One drop of Christmas. It's like cat shit. If you have a pound of cake with a pound of cat shit in it, you've got 2 pounds of cat shit.
Yeah.
If you've got a pound and 1.9 pounds of cake and a 0.1 pound of cat shit, you have 2 pounds of cat shit.
Exactly.
Anyway, Christmas movies are movies where Christmas is the subject of the movie. That's the basicest description I can have.
Like Christmas with the Cranks.
Yes.
My daughter is going through all the Harry Potters right now.
Whereas the Die Hard, one of the best scenes is the ho ho ho, I have a machine gun now. But also now I have a machine gun. But like that's like the one Christmas reference that the characters make in that movie, other than it's just in the background. Like if for instance there was like Christmas presents used at some point, or seen it, like it's really minor in that movie. Like I think it's neat that they decided to do that though. You know what I mean? Like so maybe that gives it a little more credit to being.
It's also bullshit that their office Christmas party is on Christmas Eve.
Oh, and that their office Christmas party takes place at their fucking office. What kind of bullshit is that? Like anyway, Christmas parties need to take place in an off-site location where you can get trashed and then sneak away before people notice how trashed you are.
Yep.
I did at my holiday party. We had casino night, which was fun.
We do that for we have an annual casino night too.
Casino night is so much fun.
It used to be a free open bar, and now we have 2 drink maximum.
I worked at a place that had that too, where it was they had drink tickets, but they were pretty lenient with them, and a lot of people were just like, well, I'm not going to drink, so here's my drink tickets. So people would have like 20 drink tickets. Did not end well. Vomiting in hotel lobbies and whatnot. Which is fun, but also kind of like,
maybe not a thing you want to do at a work party.
Yeah, maybe not so profesh. But it's kind of okay too, because people don't really, you kind of get a pass on that, because you're just like, whatever, it's a party. I feel like people would get like we would rag on people because they did that, but it was just like, but I don't think any less of you. I mean, it's a crazy work party. Like, you got drunk, what happens? Anyway, the casino night's fun though, because you can play craps with like insanely positive odds for you, because they changed the rules.
There's only one rule you have to change in craps, and it suddenly becomes like a negative house advantage.
Yeah,
which is cool. I don't remember exactly what it is. It's something to do with a certain number.
If you add the 5 to the pass line.
Okay, that's it.
To the not to the pass, to the field.
That's what I meant. Sorry. Yes, you add the 5 to the field, and the guy was explaining to us. He was like, if so the field's like a bunch of numbers. If they roll, they get it, and the dice combinations for those numbers is like, I think 18 of 36 or something like that.
Every year I learn how to play craps, and every
year
it's
like 12 of 36 or something like. I don't remember. It's like slightly less than a majority is that, and if you add 5, it's slightly more as the majority is that.
Yep.
So it's like,
yeah. And then you win raffle tickets, and if you win enough raffle tickets, you'll get a speaker you can sell on eBay.
Well, that's not how ours worked. Ours was like you just use the raffle tickets to enter for prizes at the end of the night. But I actually left because the prizes weren't good and I had to get to a friend's birthday party.
Yeah.
It was on Saturday, so. Did you go, Matt?
To
I'm gonna
what?
say no. A birthday party. Don't worry about it.
On
Let's
Friday.
move on. Saturday.
Saturday. I don't know who
Go
you're
on.
talking about.
All right, we'll talk about it off stream.
Okay.
Friend of the podcast. Actually, she was on an episode. Jeannie Leap's birthday. 50th?
Oh shit! I was invited to that, but I forgot.
Yeah, I had left my
Oops.
work party early to go to that.
Oops.
It was fun. It was.
I couldn't have done it Friday anyways. I was doing
Saturday.
the-
Saturday.
I could have done it Saturday anyways. I was very sleepy.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. Sorry, that's me, John Danger on Twitter, the health site.
Hey, you can find me at Matt Haig Music everywhere. Follow me on Twitter and look at pictures of space.
Oh, we got to talk about Friday. Are we
The
still going to do
website's
stuff Friday?
The website's borninthe80s.net. I'm at mayofmay84 on Twitter. Twitch.tv/mayofmay. Come subscribe to me. And if you get me some other monies, maybe I can get the new Kingdom Hearts when that comes out next month. But for our listener listening right now, Friday, catalog day.
Yeah. We've got to do that.
Can we do Saturday or Sunday? If not, that's okay.
You
we can
said
talk
you
about it
had
later.
Friday free.
I did, but now there's a thing, and I could. Okay, we'll talk about it off air. Just
I
follow us on
specifically
Twitter, and we'll find
planned
it.
around.
Bye-bye,
Okay, we'll do it
everybody.
Friday. We'll do it Friday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fine.
Also, if you're listening to this, it's already happened.
Shit.
It doesn't matter.